All right, you guys, so we're back. We are streaming, of course, right here on kick.com. We are covering the World Chess Championship today, round number 2, you guys. So round number 2 is coming up. We are going to be covering that, and hope everybody's having a great day. Those of you guys who are watching us over on Twitch, we're moving over to Kick now to cover game number 2 of the World Championship match between Jan Nepomniachtchi of I was about to say Germany for some reason, of Russia, and Ding Liren from China. Game number 2, first game was a draw. This is a championship for second best. Yes, you guys, again, for everybody in chat, make sure to ask me questions today. I am going to be covering this solo. We could have a 6 or 7 hour game, so do ask questions, do be involved, you guys, and go from there. Why do I think Ding is so so sad? I don't know why he's so sad. I really don't know. Again, hard to judge too, because I will say, not to be super critical of the organization, but I do think it's greatly or grossly unfair to the players that they don't have a translator if they want one. To me, it's very clear that Ding Liren, English, he speaks some English, but he's a very quiet guy. He doesn't feel comfortable speaking the language, and so I think it's really kind of unfair to him that he doesn't have a translator at the press conferences. So like, he said some things and you never really know, like, what is it, you know, like, how does he feel? Is translation correct? What's going on? So I do think it's a little bit unfair. There's another GM joining you, not today, and we're doing mainly because we're starting super early here on the East Coast. It's currently 5 a.m. in the morning, but you guys, I make the sacrifice because I'm a streamer first. We're giving you the coverage. There is a time limit. The game just hasn't started yet, which is why you don't see the clocks here in the spot where my cursor is right now, but there will be clocks in about 2 minutes. In 2 minutes we'll have clocks. So yeah. Yo, Hikaru, I'm streaming chess as well. How's it going, Darks? Hope you're doing well. Aren't you tired? No, you guys, because what you do if you're a professional in any field is you make sure you go to bed and you change your time zone. So last night, for example, I went to bed at about 8:30 p.m. I went to bed at 8:30. I woke up at about 4 o'clock. I have my cup of Joe here. I'll probably have many more cups of Joe to stay awake. That's what we're doing. So, all right. 1 second. All right. Where is it? 1 second. 1 second, I'm missing something. 1 second, there we go. All right, so yeah, so we will have this game. It's starting pretty soon, and starting in about 1 minute from now. 1 minute from now. So all right, were you as dedicated in chess as you are to streaming now? Yeah, I mean, I was, but also I would say it's like, so for example, another thing is like when you play chess tournaments, normally when you play, is there a delay on the broadcast? I didn't think there was. There might be a 15-minute delay. I don't honestly know because I didn't cover it yesterday. I doubt it, but then again, we don't have any moves yet. It's 4:59 though, so we're a minute away. What's the deal with Kick first time here? It's pretty similar to Twitch, actually. Those of you guys who are wondering, I think I can say this. It's a very similar interface, very similar. I believe that Kick licensed certain parts of the code or the UI or whatever from Amazon. So those of you guys who are coming over from Twitch, it's pretty similar. You're probably like, wait a second, this feels very similar. Like, what's going on? So yeah. All right, D4. My prediction is D4. Also, no ads, you guys. D4 is played. Let me refresh. I still have no moves here. I have no moves. Wait, why do I have is there a delay on the relay? Wait, what? Wait, what's going on? What? Huh? I'm definitely on the right game. Oh, I'm on the wrong game. Sorry, I'm on the wrong game. Okay, here we go. Okay, whoa, we get h3. Okay, Ding plays h3 on move number 4. You guys, we have a game on move number 4. This is good. We're gonna get an interesting game here. Now, this reminds me of some recent computer stuff that I've looked at, where basically white can play h3 or h4 in various positions. This is a big surprise. I have to be honest, full disclosure, I know I'm a streamer first, but I have never seen h3 on move number 4. I've never seen it. Now here's what's going to happen. Not Magnus, sorry. Jan is going to think for a long time here. He's going to think for a while, and what he's going to do is going to try to think about, okay, so what is his next move if I play a standard move like bishop e7, for example? Is white going to take and play bishop f4? Because now h3 makes sense. With knight h5, you have bishop h2. Can I place the player cam? I will. let me find the cams. Give me 1 second. So he's gonna look at something like this. He's gonna think, well, okay, what about this? And then he's gonna think, well, wait, okay, so after h3 probably there's some reason that you can go bishop f4, bishop h2. So then can I take or can I play c5? He's probably gonna think about 3 moves. This move, pawn takes pawn, pawn to c5, or bishop e7. These are the 3 moves. Bishop b4 maybe also a move that you consider. But those are probably the 4 moves. I don't think bishop b4 is what he's going to consider, but we're going to have a deep think here. We're going to have a deep think. Let me find some cams. Give me a second. We'll put the cams right above where my camera is at the top in that black space. That is the plan. Once I find one, just give me a second. So all right, so h3, so we're gonna have a big think here, probably about 20 minutes. Random report BS. So there is a famous chess player from the United States of America by the name of Samuel Shankland, who actually, there was some, I don't know if it was like a YouTube video or what it was, but there's something where he was in some media thing, and his screen got leaked from ChessBase, and one of the files in ChessBase that he had was, it was quote report random BS. Okay, let me see this. Let me pull this one up. You might hear. Okay, 1 second. Okay, let me put this in 1060p. Okay, it's 1080p. Let me pull this out. Give me 1 second, you guys, and I will capture this window. 1 second. Let me change the scene for 1 second. Is this okay? 1 second. Don't worry, you guys. I'm not doing this on purpose, but I just need to do a screen capture. 1 second. Okay, just give me 1 second, you guys. Just putting up the cams. Okay, there we go. Let's see what happens here. I'll leave this up here for right now. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So we have we have Jan here deep in the tank, deep in the tank. Over the board mouse slip, no, there's never going to be an over the board mouse slip. Do they change their scene? No, this looks pretty good. Yeah, okay, so let's see, we have Jan deep in the tank here. He's really thinking right now. Obviously this is definitely a big surprise for him, seeing this move for h3, not what he was expecting. That's for sure. Okay, so c4 in this position, I'm assuming we're gonna get either c5 or d takes c4. D takes c4, of course, is a very aggressive move, but the problem with d takes c4 is that white can also just play e3, and now we end up in a queen's gambit accepted, which I'm presuming is not Jan Nepomniachtchi's preparation here. So this is completely fine, but I don't really expect it. I assume we're gonna get c5. It looks like the most logical approach here, but we're still gonna have a bit of a think. So let's see, Jan deep in the tank right now, deep in the tank. So what after c5? Okay, so they changed the cams. Okay, let me change the scene. Of course, it's moving around all over the place. Unfortunate. No one seems to have stable cams in one spot the whole time, but that's how it goes. So let's do this, and let's pull this out and leave it like this. Okay, 1 second, not working. I'll find one of the streams that has a fixed cam a little bit later on, you guys, but for now this will be good. So Jan is deep in the tank here. This is quite important to note. Very, very important to note. What would I play here? So I'll tell you what I would play here if I was playing here. Now mind you, I can't be 1 second, let me adjust this. Sorry, it was a little bit janky, you guys, but it is what it is. There we go. Let's leave this right here. So I'll tell you here's the first thing that has to be said, you guys. Okay, to be very, very clear, you made me install Kick Not Bad. It's great. I will be very, very clear on one thing to start with, okay, you guys, which is these players are playing a world championship match. Having played in the candidates myself, I have never played in a world championship match. But the Canada's tournament and the World Championship match are very, very different than any other tournament you play in. The nerves, the pressure, everything else are completely different. So players make decisions that are slightly irrational at various times. And so this is one situation where that looks like me in the background. Thank you. This is one situation where I don't know what's going to happen. There's no app. There is an app. The app is available on Android and iOS, I believe. I mean, it's definitely on iOS. I'm pretty sure it's on Android, although it's a little bit janky, but Kick is on both. Yes, it is. So yeah, so the thing that has to be said here is like the decisions can be irrational because there's a massive pressure on both of the players, and so that's why you have to be very delicate. Like, you can be critical at times, but you don't have to be over the top. It's the app is bad. Well, the site is only 4 to 5 months old, you guys. It's still in beta technically, so expecting a perfect site. Wait, oh, Nepo's taking off the jacket. Nepo's taking off the jacket, you guys. The jacket has left the building. The jacket has left the building. It's time to get serious, you guys. Time to get super serious. Have I seen this move before? I've seen moves like H3 in various positions. In this specific position, I don't think I've ever seen this move. No, I haven't. Okay. Anyway, okay, so here we go. Okay. I'll just leave this here for now. I mean, I know it's not gonna be perfect the whole time, but whatever. You get enough. You get enough of the position. So, all right, you guys. So as I was saying here, in this position, there's c5, d takes c4, bishop b4, or bishop e7 are the 4 moves that I'm considering. Thinking about it. Now, Jan is probably going to use another 5 to 10 minutes before he moves. You can tell from his cam that he's leaning back. He's like, what is this? I haven't seen this before, etc., etc. Who's gonna watch this 4 hours, dude? People love chess, you guys. People love chess. People love chess. I don't know what that is, but whatever. I'm gonna leave it as is. Can I full screen the kick app? Not sure, but okay. So here we go. So I expect Jan will play. He's looking to the side. He's looking up and to the side. So what he's thinking is like, okay, like what is the differential between this and another line that I've looked at? So I assume he's going to play c5, but no, he takes on c4. So instead, Jan goes for a very, very concrete idea here. We're basically going to play a Queen's Gambit accepted after e3, c5 takes, and a6, where white has played h3, which is definitely not beneficial. Not beneficial with h3. Viewership is big on the World Championship. I don't know what our viewership is. I honestly, I don't really look closely. I'll be honest, you guys. It's not something that I pay super close attention to, but at any rate, it's all good. It's all good, you guys. So once again, yeah, we are of course covering the World Chess Championship, which is happening here on Kick. Let me pull up everything. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, too much prep for me. Yes. So I think I would say like I think for sure we're gonna get e3. That's my guess. I think we're gonna get e3, c5. I mean, if rapport had an influence, maybe you can play g4. Can I show the engine line? The engine wants to suggest this move pawn to e3. E3 is the move that the engine likes as the best move. It also let me see if I can add lines. Oh wait, not there. Sorry. Let me see if I add lines. No, I just have one line, so it says e3. Queen a4 is a move. Longest game I ever played, you guys, was 8.5 hours. I've spoken about it before, but since there are new people here watching on Kick for the first time, I will tell you guys that the longest chess game I ever played was an 8.5 hour game. It was at a chess tournament in Dortmund, Germany. I played against a German player, Georg Meyer, and the game went so long. It started at, I think, it started at about like 3:30 local time, or maybe it was 4 local time. And by the time the game ended, all the restaurants were closed. So basically, it was an 8.5 hour game. Game ends. I just went to bed because I couldn't get dinner. All the restaurants were closed in Dortmund. I guess it's a very quiet city. So yeah, so I went to bed without dinner. So pretty rough. At any rate, we have this position after d takes c4. No more moves have been played. I assume we're gonna get e3. We'll see how long Dink thinks here. e3 or knight c3 are the two options. One of these two moves will be played here. Also, time matters a lot as well. We're gonna see how long does Dink think. He plays e3 right away. So basically, I'll tell you what happened. So basically what happens is this is a transposition to this opening called the Queen's Gambit accepted, which normally occurs out of this specific move order, something like castles and a6. Okay, so this is how you get the Queen's Gambit accepted normally, but Jan Nepomniachtchi plays knight f6 and e6, so he doesn't want to play the Queen's Gambit accepted. So what Ding does here is he gets Jan out of his quote-unquote preparation, but in the meantime he concedes a tempo by playing h3 here. So Jan is not going to be in his very deep computer preparation. That being said, Ding has ways to move with h3, but Ding figures, okay, this isn't the main system he plays. It's a game, no computer preparation, mono a mono, may the better player win. Doesn't it make sense to bring the bishop out first? Which bishop? I don't know which bishop you mean. But at any rate, this is what we have here. So I expect c5 and a6. You could maybe play b5 here since white is committed with h3, to be fair. I guess computer thinks b5 is playable. I would just go c5 and a6 traditional. Of course there is a difference because I have actually played the Queen's Gambit accepted many times in my career. I don't think Jan Nepomniachtchi has played it. When I think about Jan's career traditionally, the main opening that he has played throughout most of his career has been this classic Grunfeld defense with g6, knight f6 and d5. And lately he switched to playing more solid with the Nimzo Indians, the Rogozins, and everything else with d5, bishop b4. So Jan is not a player who's played a lot of these Queen's Gambit accepteds. Other players like Fabiano Caruana, Wesley So, and Hikaru Nakamura have played a lot of Queen's Gambit accepted in their career. So it's something that Jan is probably not as comfortable in as say Fabiano would be, or I would be, or Wesley would be. So for me, for example, I'd be like, okay, Ding, you played h3, cool beans, dude. You played h3. We're in a Queen's Gambit accepted, but you've wasted time on h3. I'm happy as a clam, and I would enjoy the position. So we'll see what happens, but I would say right now, let me do some psychology. Let's take a look at Jan. I'm looking at Jan's camera here. I'm doing the psychology. Okay, Jan, he looks reasonable. He doesn't look super happy. He doesn't look unhappy either. He's definitely a little bit surprised though. He's a little bit surprised by this, for sure. A little bit surprised. Why do the players go to the restroom every move? They're going to their rest room, not the restroom. There's a little room in the back where there's snacks, probably some juice, and stuff like that. So the players basically who's making the moves over your cam? I have one of the streams up on Twitch, but basically the thing is they sometimes go to the full cam scene. So when they go to the full cam scene, it takes away the board, and if I leave it like this, yes, you see the board as well. But it's the only way I can do it without having to like manually change it every so often. So it's lines of cocaine. No lines of cocaine. Chess 24 second. They have a steady cam. Okay. Let me see. Do they? Let me see. Let me see. Chess 24. The second camera is steady, you said. Let me see. You said it's steady. Which one are you referring to? Yeah, we got a6 castles, all very standard. Yeah, somebody said there was a second one. I'm just looking. I'm looking to see if there's a second one with a steady cam. Because I don't see it right off. I'm doing well today. Doing well. Yeah, if one of you guys can tell me which yeah, T Eater, if you can tell me what it's called, I will put that one up with the steady cam, but I don't see it right now. So yeah, I actually don't see it, so I don't see it. So a6 block checks. Well, the reasoning behind a6 is basically that you want to play b5 and develop the bishop, because this diagonal is closed. You can't activate the bishop on the scope. T Eater, just tell me what it's called. It's like chess 24 ES or chess 24 what's it called? Just tell me. But basically but the point is, like, here you've played e6, so how do you develop this light square bishop? You can't push the pawn and bring it out, so the scope is completely closed for the bishop. So what you want to do is play either b5 or b6, like b6 even, and bishop b7 to fianchetto the bishop, or b5 bishop b7. Again, bishop is very nice on this long diagonal, so that's what you want. So yeah, all right. So the point for e3, yeah, same thing. Normally white's going to play b3 and bishop b2 as well to activate the bishop. That's what's going on here. So yeah, loving it here on Kick Power Move. Thank you so much. It is 5 a.m. you guys. We are live. We're streaming on Kick. We're gonna have a nice long day of coverage here. There's no other coverage of the World Championship on this great site Kick, so we're covering it. So why not? It's the World Chess Championship. Obviously it's for the second place. We know the best player in the world, Magnus Carlsen, is not playing. But that being said, it is what it is. So that's how it goes. Do you think it'd be better if you had if you qualified for content or not? I don't know, you guys. On the one hand, yes. On the one hand, no. I guess financially it'd be good, but I do love streaming. I love streaming so much. Please bring back the cams. I will, but I'm looking to see if there's someone was saying there's one with a fixed cam, so that's what I was looking for. But I don't see it. I don't see a fixed cam, unfortunately. So yeah, I just don't see a fixed cam, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll probably just leave the one that I had. Yeah, I just don't see a fixed cam, so that's just how it goes. But anyway, all right. Yeah. So where were we? Sorry, I forgot where we were. Yeah, so where were we? We were here. We're looking at this position. Oh yeah, you guys were asking me, would it be good? Financially, probably would be a plus, but on the downside, you guys, I probably would have taken a couple. I would have probably had to take a couple of months off to prepare. And honestly, I don't think I would have enjoyed that. Who cares about streaming? You qualify. I care, you guys. I'm a streamer first. I stream for a living. I love streaming more than I enjoy playing chess, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. Holy bananas months. Yes, you guys. So these players, they prepare for a long time. Now, I will give you some insights. So before the Canada's tournament, which began in late June of 2022 in Madrid, I went to Colorado Springs, and I was doing a training camp there for about, I would say 3 weeks before I went to Spain. So it was about a month that I was doing preparation in Colorado, and that was just for the Canada's tournament. So for the World Championship match, generally you spend months. You spend at least 2 to 3 months preparing for the match. This is a big part of why Magnus Carlsen decided to give away the title, because it would have taken away from his ability to play in other events. And you're preparing all this time, and then generally the goal is to be as solid as possible and avoid risking things and losing games. So yeah, it's kind of not so great. Let's put it that way. Like, I would have had to take 2-3 months off from streaming, and would I enjoyed that? I don't think I would have. I would not have enjoyed that. I'd rather play these online tournaments, play things like the Smith-Morra Gambit, and just have fun, stream, play chess casually, just enjoy life. So anyway, okay, so Castle's played. Jan is deep in the tank here. He's thinking he can play b5 here. He can play knight c6 or bishop e7. Maybe queen c7 is another move, but I would say, based on my knowledge of the Queen's Gambit accepted, b5 feels a little bit premature, because after bishop e2, bishop e7, a4, you have problems with the pawn right away. And if you go b4, knight d2, this knight is jumping here. You know, it's not necessarily great. And if you're out of prep here and you don't know what's going on, instinctively it feels wrong to play b5 here. So I would say, based on intuition, the fact that Jan is thinking he's out of preparation, I don't expect b5. Are there mods on Kick as well? All of our mods from Twitch came over to Kick, so we're keeping our community clean. We're having a good time. Yeah, I mean, you'll see a lot of articles about this sort of stuff saying it's the end of the world, it's the Wild West, no moderation. We have great moderation here. And yeah, we're just chilling, having a good time. So, all right, so b5 instinctively feels wrong. b5, it just, I mean, how do I even put it? It's like you have that sixth sense as a chess player. It feels wrong. Seems that Chess 24 TR has a fixed cam. Okay. Let me see. No, they don't have a fixed cam. They're rotating too. They're rotating too. Yeah, they're rotating too. So no, let's leave it here. Yeah, everybody's rotating, so it's just how it goes, you guys. That's just life, very nature. Anyway, so yeah. Where was I? So we're still in this position here after castles. b5 instinctively, as I said, it feels wrong, doesn't feel like the right move. Knight c6, I expect knight c6 here, or maybe queen c7. Bishop d6 and bishop e7 are moves, but if I'm playing here, b5 feels wrong. It feels wrong to me. I assume Jan feels the same way. So my guess is knight c6 is the most stable approach here. I would also say, having said that, this is a huge advantage for Ding Liren in the opening because he's gotten Jan out of his regular systems, out of preparation. Jan does not normally play the Queen's Gambit accepted either, so I would feel very good here if I'm Ding Liren. What does h3 add? Not a whole lot, but for those of you guys who speak German who are watching, you know that h3 is what we call Luft, which is you create space for the king down the road in an endgame in 40 moves. So this is all very standard, but the problem is that Nepo doesn't play the Queen's Gambit accepted, so he's feeling uncomfortable. This is also why you want to play a lot of different opening setups from early on in your career, because then you feel more and more comfortable. Like, I'll give you an example. If I had this position with black, I'd be annoyed that I'm out of preparation, but I'd be like, okay, it's Queen's Gambit accepted. I've played this probably 30 times in classical games. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Classical / rapid, I should say. Fabiano's same thing. Fabiano's out of prep, but he's feeling pretty good. But Jan does not play the system at all in this Queen's Gambit accepted, so Jan is probably feeling very, very uncomfortable here at the moment, if I had to guess. So this is a big advantage so far yeah, and Magnus feels comfortable in every opening too. So this is a big advantage for Ding Liren out of the opening. Yes, Ding Liren tricked him. Ding Liren did trick Jan Nepomniachtchi in the opening here, and you have to be very careful too, because there also are lines where white can sometimes gambit a pawn with e4 down the road too. So we'll see. Which opening would you say you have the least experience in? I never, well, not never, but I haven't played the Grunfeld opening in a long time, so have not played that in quite a while. Okay, Jan is in the tank. He's looking up a little bit. He's looking up, his little eyes are blinking. So what Jan is thinking is he's looking like this, he's looking like this. He's thinking, okay, so which line is the most concrete here and what are the differences with the pawn being on h3 versus h2? How do I come back to this position still? Because basically Jan Nepomniachtchi has 2 hours to make 40 moves, and he's really deep in the tank. Ding cam analysis, I'll see if we get to see Ding. I will. Yeah. So what do you make of Ding saying yesterday he had trouble controlling his emotions? Is there a chance it's a mind game? I don't think it's a mind game, you guys, as far as emotions. I don't think Ding Liren, he's not a guy who I think does that. FIDE is the closest thing to a steady cam they haven't moved since the match started. Okay, let's search FIDE. Is this the one you're referring to? You're saying this one, right? FIDE chess. Okay. Let's try. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, if they don't move, this would be golden, by the way. Yeah, this would be golden if they don't move. Okay, so all right, Jan is looking away. He's like looking back over, he's looking over his shoulder. He's thinking to himself, he's like he's not happy. You know what Jan is thinking right here probably is he's like, I'll keep the language a little bit clean, but he's thinking, what the fridge, I spent 3 months preparing and I didn't look at this ridiculous h3 move. So yeah, I think that's what's going on. I think he's thinking, he's like, what the fridge, I spent 3 months preparing, like basically stressing myself out, killing myself memorizing lines, and then he plays this ridiculous h3 move on move number 4, and I'm just like, what the heck is this nonsense? So yeah, that's what he's thinking here, I think. So yeah. I'm gonna stream the whole game, you guys. I'm here the whole game. Probably the plan for today, you guys, we're gonna cover the whole game. I will probably end briefly, go do a recap after the game ends, and I'll come back and boot up again for another couple of hours. Today's gonna be a long stream. Yes. Okay, so we get knight c6 played here. Like I said, most concrete move, most potentially forcing variation. Now here Ding has to play knight c3. Ding cannot trade because Ding has the big advantage here where Nepo is basically out of preparation. Even though you can play a quiet endgame and it's a little bit preferable for white, Nepo will be much happier to be in an endgame than a traditional position. So Ding has to play knight c3 here. Ding plays d takes c5. I will be very disappointed, even if it might be the best move going into an endgame. A recap on stream? I mean, I could do a recap on stream, I guess, but probably not. I'll probably end and go do it off stream. So yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Japiu, for the sub. Thanks so much, Japiu, for the sub. Appreciate it. Once again, you guys, if you do want to sub and support me, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I do get 95% of the revenue. So if you do subscribe on Twitch for $5, I get a whopping $2.50. Whereas if you subscribe on Kick, I get $4.75. So that is one big added benefit. So if you do want to subscribe to support your favorite streamer. Of course, if you don't want to, that's also acceptable, because you do get to watch ad-free right now. So you get to watch ad-free. If you want to support your streamer, they get 95% of the revenue. So it's a win-win for you guys, the fans. Can we sub with Amazon? Unfortunately not. No, you get $4.75. Yep, you do. So it's a win-win for everybody. Why is the time differential so big? Because basically Ding Liren shocked the world. He shocked Jan with this move H3 on move number 4. And this is he shocked him with H3, and so Jan had to use a lot of time figuring out what setup he wanted to play. So here we go. Was H6 playable? Oh, I'm sure it was. Of course it was. But at any rate, we're gonna see we're gonna see what happens here. My guess is probably I'll turn this off until they get back to the player cams. My guess is that here Ding will play knights 3. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, you guys. This is a bad sign here that Ding Liren is thinking. A very bad sign, because Ding Liren here, in this position, he should have a line prepared, and he does not have it. He does not have a he has using his time. This is not a good sign. This is not a good sign at all. So I'll tell you what Ding's preparation was. Ding's preparation was, okay, I'm gonna play H3. If he takes, we get to this position, I'm gonna play it at the board. Jan, it's a queen's game, accept it. I'm comfortable. This is not his main system. I'll play it at the board. So Ding here is I think out of his preparation, which is I turned the cam off because they didn't have the cams. Yeah, they didn't have the players up right now, so I'll get back to it when they show the players again. But that's what's going on here. That's what's going on here is basically Ding, assuming that he's not asleep or he's actually there. Go to the FIDE official website. I mean, I guess I could. I mean, but I don't even know what that means, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I don't even see anything, so I don't know what that means. All right, you guys. So in the meantime, okay, they changed it, of course. That's funny. They just changed their scene too. So let me go here. Here we go. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let's make this bigger again. All right. So here we go. All right, so Ding up from the board once again. Let's see. Ding moves knight c3. Now again, I actually don't know for sure if he used timer or he's just in the bathroom, what's going on, but he does play knight c3. Streaming Twitch on KickW. No, I'm not, but cams are cams, you guys. So all right, why do they keep walking away? So you guys, in chess there's a lot of pressure. Players want to go, they don't want to be sitting at the board all the time. I myself did it too. I myself got up, you guys, from my board, and I got up, I walked away many times during the American Cup in St. Louis. I would go sit in the back room. There was a monitor showing the games. I was at the Chess Hall of Fame in St. Louis, so I'd sit in the back room and I would just drink my coffee, my water, whatever, and do that. But I will admit that for the world championship match, the fact that you have these back rooms, the fact that there's so many people trying to watch get into chess, and they see what we see now where nobody's at the board, it's not good, you guys. It's not good. I'm gonna be honest, it's not good. If you're a casual fan, you're like, what? There are no players, they're not sitting at the board. Like, what? Like, what's going on here? Is this like the world championship of not being at the board? Like, it's a little bit much. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit much. What is the point of the board if you can sit in the back room, whatever? Should you just take it to the next level? Yeah, basically, you know what it should be. The meta should be that basically you sit in this back room and then you write a move on a piece of paper, you give it to the arbiter. The arbiters make the moves on the board, and nobody just goes, you just sit in your back room like smoking a cigar, and just like drinking whiskey and having snacks. And yeah, that's what it should be. It should be the world like VIP room championship or whatever. But yeah, it's not good, you guys. It seems like both players are not going to be at the board unless it's a critical moment, where both players are low on time. Yeah, why not just put a monitor? Yeah, have it be the world restroom championship. That's a good one, actually. Yeah, the world restroom championship. Okay, so we get b5 here, probably bishop d3 or bishop e2. Bishop e3 maybe is also a move, but I think traditionally you go to d3 or e2 here. Have they always had backrooms? Yes, actually Soulful won in the world championship between Vladimir Kramnik and Veselin Topalov. I think it was in 2006. Veselin Topalov accused Vladimir Kramnik of cheating by sitting in the restroom and having assistance. So this is not unprecedented or new, but it has happened before. So yeah. So we get bishop d3. So Ding, I guess, is saying that he's still in preparation. And let's see, you can take on d4, you can play bishop e7. I'm guessing you take and you give white the isolated pawn here, and you argue that because white has played h3 and wasted time playing this versus developing, that you're completely fine. I think black is completely fine here, but the psychology does matter. Bro, the Android app is too buggy. I'm about to bounce. Sorry, Korobov. Keep in mind, Kick has only been around for 5 months. It's still in beta. I do expect them to fix all these issues going forward. There are going to be issues. Keep in mind, even with Twitch, it took them many, many years before it got to where it is today. I mean, the days of Justin TV were pretty insane. So I do want to say that again. Sorry if it's an issue, but iPhone app is fine. Okay, great. All right. So yeah, anyway, back to the game. We're probably gonna get pawn takes pawn. I mean, if Jan doesn't take, I'd be very surprised. He'll probably take and play bishop e7 is my guess. Something where you basically develop and you get out of the center of the board. That's what I expect to happen, but again, we will see what happens. So all right, so if you guys do have questions, feel free to ask me questions. Trying to make this more interactive, keep it going. So if you guys have questions, if you guys do have questions, didn't you say you'll start the stream on Twitch? I did start the stream on Twitch, you guys. I started at 4:30 in the morning. I am a hardcore streamer. I'm dedicated to my craft. I try to bring you guys all the action. So yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, what color socks are you wearing? I'm not wearing socks, you guys. I don't go to sleep wearing socks. So I mean, I literally rolled out of bed, booted my stream, and that's that. So all right, so you guys are asking some questions here. What about c4? c4 is a move, but after bishop b1, white can claim the center with e4 and d5. Say you develop, white gets e4, there d5 e5 pushes. Like e5 is a move, there's also d5. Like this actually already can get very scary with a AA battery here. So no, I'm in Florida, you guys, so it's actually quite hot. It's much hotter in Florida than California. So we get bishop b7. I thought he might take, but he plays bishop b7 instead. Am I team Ding or team Nepo? I wouldn't say that I'm team either side. I would say that based on my view of the seconds and the preparation, I mean, I would have to say that probably I prefer Nepo simply because I feel like it's a little bit more professional perhaps, but that's maybe slightly I would prefer that, but I don't have strong opinions either way. I want to see good chess. I want to see a match that is befitting of what chess can be instead of having a lot of quick draws or a lot of games that are very boring. That's what I would say. So that's what I want to see. However, keep in mind the early games are more likely to be interesting. For example, right now, I'll tell you what's happening. Right now, Jan Nepomniachtchi, at least one of his seconds, are locked in the dungeon at the St. Regis Hotel in Astana, and they're literally looking at this h3 line for the next 3 to 4 hours so that they can go and give this to Jan before game number 4. Literally locked away looking at this h3 line. So Ding won't be able to play this in the next game. So the windows of surprise and opportunities are going to become less and less as the match goes on. Wow, a4 played quickly. Okay. Ooh, this is bad news for Jan. Jan is going to burn a lot of time in the next 3 to 4 moves, I think. It's going to be b4 knight e4. Now you've pressure on the center. If you take, white gets the wooden shield here. This is going to get very scary very, very quickly for Jan Nepomniachtchi here. Big advantage at this point for Ding Laurent. Up on time, clearly is prepared well in this opening line. This is big advantage for Ding. Nepo needs to steady the boat here. This is scary. This is scary. By the way, nobody's sitting at the board again, obviously, for very obvious reasons. Yeah, no one at the board. They're both in the background, probably smoking a cigar. They got their sunglasses on. They're doing a podcast or something, talking about the game of chess. So okay. Can you concentrate when you walk away so many times? Absolutely. But yeah, this is not good, by the way. This is not good, because if you're a casual, if you're a casual coming in, this is not good. This is not good. If you're a casual who hasn't played much chess, it's not good. It's not good. It's not a good look for chess. I'm gonna be honest. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Can I finish the Rapport folder story? Oh yeah, so as I was saying, that Richard Rapport is a very strong player, but he's a player who's been known to play a lot of sidelines, wild openings, and generally they're openings that top players do not respect. So Samuel Shanklin, an American Grandmaster, there was a media bit on him where I guess they showed his screen for Chat Space files, and one of the files was called Rapport Random BS, basically meaning BS, you know what that means, but basically garbage openings that are no good. So Rapport is a player who plays a lot of openings that aren't considered professional or, you know, great at the top level. So there is some chance that because he's part of this team that he's preparing some more like offbeat openings for Ding Liren. So, all right. Trust me, if not for you, none of us would be watching this nonsense. So thank you, Michan. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Big shout out to nearly 2,200 you guys for watching at this crazy 5:30 a.m. hour here if you're on the East Coast of the United States. If you're on the West Coast, it's like 2:30 a.m. I saw Train was streaming. Probably he didn't go to bed yet, but at any rate, dubious opening. Yeah. Okay, so Jan, this is Jan's facial reactions are not that of someone who's feeling good. He's not feeling comfortable right now. You can see the look on his face is a face of concern and worry, because Ding Liren is not Ding Liren. Ding Liren right now is stockfish. This is all preparation. He's not had to play a single move on his own. So Jan is definitely feeling pressure here. He's feeling pressure for sure. That without a doubt. What's wrong with the position? Oh, nothing's wrong with the position itself, but basically Jan does not play the system, this Queen's Gambit accepted system with A6, E6, C5. So he's playing a system that he's not familiar with, so the pawn structures are different than usually how he plays. The piece development is different than what he's used to, and then additionally Ding Liren is playing fast. The worst thing in chess, the absolute worst thing in chess, is when your opponent is moving instantly, because it means they are not a human. They have prepared this with a computer, so they're playing the absolute best 3500 level moves, and it's a very uncomfortable feeling, to an uncomfortable situation to be in. So Jan is not feeling good here. There's going to come a point here where Ding has a big time advantage, a critical moment, probably the next 3 to 4 moves, where Ding is going to have this big time advantage. He's going to need to use it to prove an advantage. Calm down, Hikaru, calm down. Well, I'm having my coffee, obviously to wake myself up, and go from there. What do I think about the time control? It's relatively okay. Yeah, no, it's the worst thing ever when your opponent just plays every move instantly, because you know that they're not a human. They're basically prepared at home, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Jan is asleep, by the way. He's sleeping at the board. Yep, he's sleeping at the board. We have a man who is asleep. And also, I'll tell you why it's very rough too with the World Championship, you guys, because I'll tell you what's happening. So you have Jan Nepomniachtchi. I'll tell you what happened. He probably prepared for months and months for this match. Probably last night he was literally preparing for like 5 to 6 hours, just repeating his variations, memorization, all this stuff. Probably did a few hours this morning, and now he's at the board, and Ding Liren plays this ridiculous H3 move, and he's like, and it's very, very difficult. It's very hard. Like the energy levels are not great. So okay. Have I ever napped during a classical game? Of course. I mean, I was napping during the recent chess tournament online. I mean, chess is a very, very stressful game. It's a very stressful game. Just out of curiosity, could Jan play h6 after h8? You could. Actually, I'll give you guys an example. So in the recent American Cup, I had this position after knight c3 against Sam Sevian, and here I played this move h6. Now this is a random move too. Like h6 is a move just to get your opponent out of preparation. So you can play h6. You can even play like a6. There are a lot of these weird little pawn moves on the edge of the board. So yeah, you could play h6 here for sure. Actually, but the problem, I'll tell you why you didn't play h6, because probably after knight c3, bishop b4, there's some difference in the Rogozin that Jan was intending to play that this doesn't work out as well. Like, I don't know if it's queen a4, knight c6. There's probably some difference with these moves included, although maybe not. I'm trying to think about when I used to actually play chess professionally. I did play his queen a4 line against a Rogozin, and h3 h6 should not help either side. So h6 might actually make sense. H6 might be a very reasonable move here to try and get back into your preparation. But again, I don't know if this is prep. On the other hand, I'll give you an example. Say that Jan's prep is something like let's say it's something, I don't know how you get this exactly, but let's just say you get how do I do this? I'm just going to set up some random position with like e3 here. Jan's prep might have involved a line which doesn't involve h6 at all in the Rogozin. So it's possible that he didn't play it because or it's possible he didn't play it because his idea is not to play the Rogozin at all. Like maybe his idea was to play the Vienna game with d takes c4. If his idea was to play this Vienna variation with b5, for example, which Jan has played against Magnus Carlsen, then h3 h6 is not helpful to him for sure. So hard to judge. I mean, I don't know. I mean, h6 is the sort of move that Magnus would probably play here, but I don't know. I don't know. If you had to prepare for the World Championship, who would you have on your team? I don't know, you guys. I'd probably have a bunch of Americans. I'd have them Americans because I'm American myself. Yeah, probably I'd have some Americans. I don't know what else, but yeah, maybe Shankland. Yeah, possibly. Did I eat yet? No, you guys. I woke up my search room. Do you like it on Kick? I love it, actually, you guys. I love it. I'm gonna be honest, I love it. You guys are amazing. Chat is amazing. It feels much more relaxed. It actually in many ways feels more like the old days. Some of those early days on Twitch with the smaller crowds, it felt much more like, it felt more cozy and comfortable, and I actually really like it. I really do like it. So I feel pretty good. Yeah. Okay, Nepo's still thinking here. Paid actor, no, I'm being honest. Like when I think back about the whole progression, obviously when everything started popping off on Twitch, it was amazing. But when I think about the period, probably the period that I have the most nostalgia for was right before the XQC stuff, right before it went insane. When we had like a couple thousand people watching, and it just felt very, very comfortable. It really did. So I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Everything as far as me streaming here on Kick is better than I expected it to be. Everything. You know, if you read those silly articles with there's the headlines and everything else, they make it sound like, you know, this is the worst place in the world. You know, whatever their motives might be, they make it sound like this is the worst place in the world. And it's been anything but for me. So I mean, it's been great. I'm loving it. So we get a4 here. So I assume b4 will be played. B takes a4 doesn't look right. Instinctively, it's b4 c4. If you're out of preparation, you've got to go b4 c4. One of those two moves. Yeah, Jan is struggling because h3 took him out of preparation. He got tilted a little bit, and then he ended up playing a system he never played. So for example, a system that like players like myself, Magnus and Fabiano have played a lot is this classic Queen's Gambit Accepted. We've played this Queen's Gambit Accepted, but Jan does not play this system. This is not what he plays. Jan is a player, he's played a couple of systems. Primarily he played the Grunfeld opening. This was his main system, and more recently he's played these Nimzo Indians and Rogozin. So he's played the Nimzo Indian, of course, and he's also played the Rogozin here with Bishop b4. These are his systems. But by going h3, Dean kind of tricked him. He tried to be very concrete by playing the Queen's Gambit Accepted, but this is not a system he's familiar with. He does not play the system at all. So he's sort of out of his preparation. The piece play and the pawn placement with the piece or the pawn structures, and then the piece placement is not what he's used to. So he's definitely out of his comfort zone. I don't think Jan has ever played the Queen's Gambit Accepted. I mean, I can check. Well, let me check. Let me open chess space. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna open chess space. So give me 1 second. Okay, he plays b4 here, so we're gonna get knight e4, I assume, in this position. I'll check in 1 second. It's cool seeing a championship where you know that Magnus isn't gonna win no matter what. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna check in a second if chess space ever opens. Of course, another chess program that's not great. We don't have channel points yet on Kick. They might add them down the road. As I said before, Kick is in beta still. It's only 5 months old. So all these things, like part of the code and everything, they license from Amazon, but a lot of these auto moderation, these other things, they don't quite have them yet. So it's going to take time. I feel very good with where it's at right now. I think it's only going to get better. So yeah, just bear with us as things keep improving. I think it's 5 months. Yeah. So like technically it's in beta, you guys. Like we have a full functioning stream and everything, but Kick is still technically in beta. Yeah. So all right, let me open ChessBase. ChessBase, by the way, is a software program that all professional chess players use. Okay, let's turn on the cams. We're running some kind of ad. Chessbase is a software program that everybody uses, so I'm gonna check the online database. Oh great, how do I spell his name? Can somebody write Jan's last name in chat so I can copy paste it, because I actually don't. It's Nepomniachtchi, I think that's how you spell it. Hopefully I got it right. No games found. Okay, I did it wrong. Yeah, someone is, okay, there's his last name. Okay, yeah, I got to copy paste it because I actually can't do it. Okay, Control C. Wait, wait, how do I copy it? There we go. Okay, copy. Okay, let's take a look. Control V. Okay, 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 let's check black. Let's sort it by the name. Just give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, Nepo, there we go. All right, okay, there we go. Okay, 1 second, you guys. There are a lot of games, so I just have to go in, Control Shift. Okay, okay, so let's see. So D4, has he ever played the traditional Queen's Gambit accepted? Let me see. Not from the normal order. So he has never played it. Let me pull up this. So he's never played it in this position. He's never played the traditional Queen's Gambit accepted. I'm now checking to see if he's played the other one. Has he played it out of the other order, like Knight F6, Knight F3, D5, C4, D takes C4? Has he no. Nope, no games ever, you guys. No games ever. He's never played the Queen's Gambit accepted ever in his entire career. He's never played it. Okay, so he's never played this Queen's Gambit accepted ever. So he's very much out of his preparation here. Very much out of his preparation. So yeah. Also, we'll put the cams back on, you guys, but right now they're running an ad, so I don't want to play an ad. So anyway, yeah, never played it, so he's out of his preparation. Definitely uncomfortable here. I mean, Dean could not have asked for better. I mean, he survived yesterday. He was a very, very shaky game, very close to losing, survived, and now today he's off to a great start. I love how chess.com just suddenly added an exclam for 94. On each time he played against Gukesh this year, well, unless Chessbase doesn't have the game, I don't see it. I mean, it wasn't showing up in the online chess database, but maybe I'm stupid. So anyway, so okay, waiting for a move here. Why is C4 a bad move? C4 is a bad move because white can simply trade the knights and take the pawn on C4 here. Yeah, so I mean, he goes knight A5. Wow. So I'm guessing what Jan wants to do is maybe play like knight D7, go after his pawn on C5 here. Maybe rook C8 is a move. I mean, again, this is going to get very concrete very quickly here. Let's see what Ding does. Again, they're still playing an ad, so I can't see the cams at the moment, but I'll put them up as soon as they're back. C takes C4 is better. Maybe it was better, but this is very scary, you guys, because after takes an ED4, for example, you don't know what's going on. Bishop G5. So say you play Bishop D6, Bishop G5. Oh, spaghetti, you lose the queen. Game over. I mean, you take, you lose the queen. You go to either this square or this square. I take your queen. So you got to be very, very careful. You've got to be very careful. If your opponent's still in preparation here, you have to play sort of on basically the intuition as well as doing calculations. Like, you can't play one way or the other. So yeah, now they're back, it looks like. So let's put this back on. Of course, nobody's at the board as always, you guys. So pretty typical. Why would he go into this line if he doesn't use the system? So here's the way that I read this. Here's the way that I read it. H3 was a big surprise, and Jan's rationale, the way his thought process worked, was he thought, okay, I can play C5, D takes C4, or something like Bishop E7 or Bishop B4, something like this. Now, what I think Nepo thought is, okay, if I take on C4, it gets very concrete. Like, I get to this position, which is just very set, and there aren't a whole lot of plans. Like, for black, for example, you play Bishop B7 or you go Bishop E7 castles. He felt the Queen's Gambit accepted was going to be very concrete. Like, it's very concrete in terms of the plans of what black has. You don't have, like, all sorts of different options or moves to play. And I think that's why he went for this. That's my read, at least. That's my read. Okay, they changed the cam view, so let me adjust this. Of course, what else is new, you guys? We have nobody at the board. Nobody's sitting at the board here. Nobody's sitting at the board. What else is new, you guys? What else is new here? What about Kick on Fire TV? Not yet. I think they're going to be adding it to like Roku or something down the road. Yeah, they're gonna I Fire TV maybe not, because that of course is Amazon, but I think they're gonna be having it like with Roku or something where you can watch it. So do want to mention that they're both introverts and are afraid of human contact. Maybe that circle is like a modern Coliseum. Yeah, Coliseum. Live, die, live, right? Yes. I think knight takes c5 is probably the only move here. We're gonna get something like takes and knight d7 or something like that. I don't know what exactly will happen, but after that, but we're gonna get those moves, pretty sure. Yeah. Is there any clear winner right now? It's one draw. Well, first game was a draw, second game's going on. Oh, you know actually what they should do, you're right, you know what they should do, the stage should rotate, and they should have like tigers on like the chains, like in Gladiator outside, so like you literally can't get up from the board, right? That's what you should do. You should have like tigers like with the chains like in Gladiator, so like I mean maybe actually you can get up, but then if you get up you have to be like really skillful, and you have to dodge the tigers to get to your back room. That's what you have to do, right? That's what you have to do. Yeah, FIDE taking notes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or maybe some spikes and a pit of fire. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Why did Hikaru switch? We still stream on Twitch every so often, you guys. Tomorrow actually I'm gonna be playing Title Tuesday there, but we are on Kick, and I do like what the way things are going. I know there are a lot of people who read the headlines, act like it's the end of the world, Kick is terrible. I mean, it's actually quite the opposite for me. It's made me rethink some of my thoughts about social media and media in general. I'm going to tell you guys that, not to sound a little bit on the fringe, but it's made me rethink some of my views of media specifically based on what I've seen. So all right, anyway, yeah, so Dinga's thinking here probably is going to play knight takes c5 is my guess, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Any plan to cover world championship matches with other creators GMs? Well, the problem is it starts super early, and right now, like, I mean, I think Bortnik is on Kick as well. He's the only other one. The cams aren't up right now because they're showing ads or things like that. So that's why I don't have it up. I'll put it back up in a second. Format of this final is very simple. It's 14 games, 14 matches. So the winner needs to score 7.5 points. So basically, if you win one game and draw 13 games, you win the match. That's simple. So you also gave me some different perspectives on it before you moved. I completely dismissed Kick. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are no ads, you guys. 0 ads on Kick. So if you want to subscribe, you're doing it because you support your creator. So I get 95% out of the revenue. So when you subscribe for $5, I get $4.75. On Twitch, you get $2.50. Big difference. Big difference. If it's 7-7, you have tiebreakers. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, let me put the cams back on. 1 second. Are they not showing it now? No, now they're not showing it at all. So okay, we'll wait till they wait till they show them again, and we'll go from there. But yeah, right now it's looking it's looking pretty it's looking pretty spicy in the current position. Did Nebo blunder? No, he didn't. Not yet. No. Do I know if they're planning to run ads? I don't know. Can I get a 20% discount if I prepay for a year? I don't know. Yeah, $250 and then fees, right? Yeah. No, I know you guys. Is Queen C2 okay? Yeah. Have I lost weight? Yeah. So you guys were asking me if I lost weight. Yeah, so actually I have. So I've lost like 7 or 8 pounds since the end of the American Cup. So you're not imagining it. I have, like, I just go out, I run like 5 miles every day. I've been doing it basically ever since the start of the Chessable Masters. At some point I just started going out and like running 5 miles every day. Yeah, so I have lost quite a bit of weight. So all right, are there too many rest days? Yeah, I don't like the rest days. I think there are too many rest days for sure, but it is what it is. How do I have time? Because you guys, I will start to sound a little bit like Elon Musk here, and I'll say, you guys, there are 24 hours in the day. 24 hours. So even if you sleep 8 hours, actually maybe Arnold said this, or Arnold Schwarzenegger said this too, but it's like if you sleep 8 hours a day, you still have 16 hours in the day. Like even if I stream like 9 hours, that gives me 7 hours. So I can then use like 3 hours to study chess, 2 hours to do YouTube videos, and then I have 2 hours to go out and exercise. Like, come on, be a top G. All right. Anyway, Okay, so do they have cams back yet or not? No, no cams yet at the moment. And we'll keep going. Yeah. So there we go. Anyway, all right. I'm making a joke, obviously, you guys. I'm pretty sure he doesn't say that, does he? I mean, obviously I haven't listened a whole lot, but I don't know what he said about exercise or physical fitness. No, I'm making a joke, you guys. Chill, come on, chill, you guys. Jeez, relax. Anyway, all right, so waiting for a move here. Elon Musk said he hates exercising. Well, that's not my, that's no, but Elon Musk has said stuff about like, he said stuff about how like they're 24 hours in a day. I think he said something like he works like 18 hours a day or something insane. But yeah. All right, waiting for some moves here. Ding Loren thinking here, by the way. So now Ding Loren is out of preparation. So Ding's out of prep here. Okay, the cams are, or the board is back. Okay, so let me bring this back. 1 second. Sorry that I have to adjust on the fly, you guys, but it is what it is. There we go. There we go. Let's put this back up here. Okay, so here we are. All right, so typically, as always, you guys can tell both players not sitting at the board again. Yeah, both players not sitting at the board again. Yeah. So all right, imagine Elon Musk used all that time and he focused on chess. Yeah, I know, imagine. I mean yeah, it's pretty wild, actually. Pretty wild to see this, that like both players are just chilling. Ding literally only goes to the board to make a move he thinks in the restroom. Yeah, I guess. How do players know if the other moves, if they're at the restroom? Basically, there's a monitor in their back room. There's a monitor so they can see the moves. That's how it works. But I'll give you guys a fun tip. So I played this tournament in Baku, in the great country of Azerbaijan, in 2015. So I played in Baku, and there was a FIDE Grand Prix event there. And there, Sergei Karyakin, the famous Russian player, was playing, and he was sitting in the back room, but apparently his game against Fabiano Caruana, it didn't update on the board, so he actually kept staying in the back room, and he lost like 20 minutes on time because the board never updated on the monitor, and he ended up losing that game specifically because he lost that time. I think he got into time trouble, blundered, and lost the game specifically because the monitor didn't update. So you got to be careful too. You have to be a little bit careful about it. So Baku is the next is the next stop in Formula One. Yeah, it is actually, you guys. I'm pretty excited because it looks like because of Kick, I'm going to be going to the Formula One Grand Prix. I'm going to go to the qualifying day here for the Formula One event in Miami in about a month from now. So I'm going to be going because of Kick, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'll probably go meet some meet like Valtteri Bottas, maybe Zhao or Zhu, however you pronounce his name, as well. Maybe I'll be able to get a game of chess with like Max Verstappen or something, possibly. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to be going there for qualifying day, so it's going to be pretty sick. Yes, Steak sponsors Alfa Romeo. Yes, they do. Correct. Yeah. Do I make my own coffee, you guys? I go to this great store here in America called Costco. You can buy in wholesale and bulk. I go there, I get all my stuff there. It's like, you know, I go get my smoked turkey. It's like a pack of 3, nice and cheap. Same thing goes for my instant coffee. I just go buy my big thing of instant coffee. It's very easy, you guys. Got to keep it cheap. You got to be thrifty. So yeah. One second. One coffee, one sugar, a milk type, no vibes creamer. I just drink my coffee black, you guys. I'm just drinking it black. So, all right, still waiting on a move here from Ding. So still waiting on a move. Do I eat before a classical match or do I binge at the end of the day? I mean, it depends. It depends. It really depends. 1 second. I need to insta that that we're live on Kick. So just give me 1 second, you guys. Just give me 1 second. Sorry. Ding is asleep. Yeah, Ding is Ding is sitting in the back room, you guys. Ding is sitting in the back room, as always. One second. All right, you guys. Ding may actually win. Well, we'll see what happens on this move. So, all right. Sorry, you guys. I just had to do an Insta post. Does it get uncomfortable when players know there's a camera in the restroom? I don't know, you guys. I mean, I don't have any strong thoughts on it. Like, I get the idea of people doing it, but I don't like the idea that people can do that after every single move. Can we see your trophy from the American Cup? I didn't get a trophy for winning the American Cup, you guys. So I can't. So, all right. Just showing what is your take so far. My take so far is that Ding Liren definitely got an upper hand in the opening. H3 was a big psychological blow because clearly Jan Nepomniachtchi has spent months preparing and he overlooked this very obvious move on this very obvious fourth move from Ding. So I think H3 took him by surprise and he got Nepo out of his prep. Nepo was in a Queen's Gambit accepted, so already very good. I would say this is gonna decide the game. I'm gonna be very bold here. Ding is out of preparation. What happens in the next like 4 to 5 moves is really going to decide what the flow of the game is. If Ding plays precisely here, say takes, and I don't know. I mean, computer really does. I guess 97 is the best move. Like already here, depending on what happens in the next couple moves, if Nepo is not precise, Nepo is going to be in a lot of trouble and struggling for the rest of the game. And I think there's a good chance he loses based on the time situation. But if Ding is not precise, Nepo could equalize or even end up better here. So the whole tide of this game is going to be decided in the next couple of moves. In the next few moves, we're going to know what the direction will be for the rest of the game. And of course, both players not at the board as always, so it's all good. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Hope you guys are having a fantastic time. Of course, we are covering the FIDE World Chess Championship here on Kick. And just keep the questions flowing if you have them. What do I think about Rajabov's suggestion of 45-minute classical chess games? I don't know. Yeah, good morning, Hikaru. Greetings from Spain. Actually, where are you guys? How's it going, Fahad? Yeah, it's very similar to Twitch. I mean, there's certain things that of course are not as good yet because again, it's a very new site, but I would say overall it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I could not have asked for better. Spain, Norway, Canada, Prague, Sweden, Russia, Spain. Wow, people watching from everywhere. That's great. It is currently 6:05 in the morning here in Florida, you guys. It's very early, but again, it's all about the grind. There's no other coverage of the World Chess Championship here on Kick, or there isn't even a lot of chess right now, so might as well cover it. Yeah. Slovakia, Italy, Australia. Wow, a lot of international countries. Amazing. Do I watch the NBA playoffs? I probably will. I will. So yeah, we appreciate you for covering it. Thank you so much. Hungary, Turkey. Yeah, most of these countries I've actually been to. Your kick link should be everywhere. Twitter banner, YouTube thumbnails. Is a different thing, or the end screen. But yeah, it is on my YouTube page. It is I think on our Twitter. So we do have it. Yeah. No, I mean, I will tell you guys what I think the biggest thing as far as kick goes, that I think is the issue right now, is that for whatever reason, like I don't want to get into conspiracy theories or things, but it seems like all the articles that you see, like these esports journalists or whatever, all these articles that you see, they're all extremely negative towards kick. It feels very much like it's trying to like say like kick is the worst thing ever, you know. It's trying to spin a certain narrative, and I don't understand the motives behind it, but that's what it feels like. And so the thing is, a lot of people read this and they're like very scared of like even opening the site, is what it feels like to me. And so I think once people realize that it's not all that it's made out to be in these various articles, I think that more people will come and they'll realize, wait, what is this nonsense? And so that's really the biggest issue in my opinion right now. Yeah. So all right, don't forget to follow stream. Yeah, absolutely. It's because people don't like staying. I don't want to get into a long conversation on this, you guys, but frankly, on Twitch, they're gambling is allowed on Twitch. If you go to Twitch, there are gambling streams. Neymar was gambling just the other week on Twitch. So I mean, I'm sorry, but like you can say you dislike gambling, but if you dislike gambling, you should actually dislike Twitch as well. You should be like, I'm never going to kick, I'm never going to Twitch. That should be your attitude if you're being honest with yourself. If you're being really honest with yourself, that should be your attitude. And also, I mean, there's a whole separate category as well, like the hot tubs and pools. So which I get recommended, by the way. Like I get recommended if I open Twitch, signed in or not signed in, I get recommended that stuff. So I really don't want to hear it, you guys. I don't want to hear the like, it's like, you know all this stuff. Yeah, if I'm logged in, I get recommended. If I'm not logged in, I get recommended. Like, look, come on. So anyway, all right, what do we have here? Is Vish, they took the cams off again? Yeah, they did. So okay, in the meantime, while we're at it, you guys, since they're not showing the player cams, we'll turn it off for a second. All right, so what do we have? We have 94-95 waiting for some moves from Ding Laurent. Ding Laurent is thinking here, what's wrong with hot tubs? I never said there's anything wrong with it per se. I mean, like, I get that, but don't try to pretend that it's like that you're like family friendly and completely clean and everything else if you're gonna have that category. So okay, we have 94-95 still waiting for a move from Ding Laurent. Like I said, this is a very, very critical moment, very critical moment in this game. So anyway, so waiting for some moves here from waiting for some moves from Ding. As I said, this is a very critical moment in the game. A potential inaccurate move, I mean, the inaccurate, I guess, would be to trade the knights. Like maybe Ding thinks he can play e4 and play for like some quick attacks, or like takes maybe e5 and bishop g5, or maybe like takes bishop g5 and something like rook c1. But again, it's a little bit speculative. Maybe it's good for white, but it feels a little bit speculative. And if you're not in preparation this early in the match, you don't necessarily want to do this. But I'll give you an example. If Ding had lost the game yesterday to Nepo, I would say with like 80% certainty he would play something like e4, bishop g5, and rook c1, simply because it's very aggressive. It's going to lead to more double-edged play where either side can win the game or lose the game. So this is like, if the match situation is different, I think we would get e4 very quickly. But because Ding saved the first game yesterday, I think it's a lot less likely that he's going to play e4, because playing for double-edged games this early after saving yesterday where you don't need to win, it's harder to play like this. Let's put it that way. So I assume he's going to take on c5, but again, after take 6, there's also a move like bishop e4 potentially. So it's really tricky here, really tricky. So it's going to be interesting to see what Ding does in this position. Obviously he's been thinking, wait, why is it auto playing this? Obviously he's been thinking for a while, but I don't know. Are they showing cams? They are showing cams again. So here we go. Yep, let's go. Nobody at the board. So wait, Ding has been thinking for 30 minutes, for like 20 minutes, right? So this means that Ding is basically sitting in the back room thinking about his move rather than sitting on stage. He's been sitting in his back room just thinking about this position rather than being at the board, because he's an hour 29 minutes. He's literally been away from the board for the last 20 minutes. This is actually not a good look. I don't know what you can do, honestly. I don't know what you can do. I don't know what you can do. Have you ever been tested for ADHD? You seem like an ADHD person speaking from personal experience. No, I definitely don't have it. But I don't doubt that I probably have some ADD now, just because everything in this day and age is instant. We are losing our attention spans without a doubt. So I wouldn't be shocked if I do to some degree of ADD at this point. But I don't have ADHD. I'm just very animated and excited to be covering chess. And of course, if I had ADHD, I probably couldn't play chess the way I do, right? I mean, I probably couldn't, because I would lose focus. So anyway, yeah, they have a screen displaying the board and the rest areas. They do, but it's not a good look. I don't know what you can really do about it, though. That's the problem. Like, what can you do about it? I mean, what can you do? I mean, what can you really do about it is the problem. Like, because players do need to use the restroom. They do want to go have snacks, have coffee, tea, whatever. But I think I don't know what you do, because it's not like you can enforce it. But don't put a monitor in the rest area. Actually, that's reasonable. Yes, if you don't put a monitor in the back room, that makes more sense, because you're right. As I think about it now, like, just based on my own experience, if you sit in the like in St. Louis when I played the American Cup, and I'm sitting in the back room, there is a monitor. So I'm just sitting, I'm just like relaxing in one of the lounge chairs, and I'm looking at the screen. I'm actually doing analysis. Like, I'm looking at the screen and analyzing based on what I see on the monitor. So I think it's true that if you didn't have a monitor in the back room, have a 50% chance the monitor doesn't update. That's a way you could do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but it's definitely not a good look that Ding, for example, he's been thinking for 20 minutes in the back room, and not at the board. So, like, if you're a new fan, or you barely play chess, you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, what is this? They don't share the same room. No, they both have their private room. Yeah. So, all right. And that's why you even know, like, for example, they're turning off, they're not even showing the board anymore. They're not even showing the board or anymore, because if both players aren't there, what's the point? Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, you guys, we keep going. We're covering this, obviously. Am I a Miami Heat fan? No, I'm not. I mean, here there are two moves. There's knight takes c5, or there's knight takes f6. I'm not even going to analyze them, because we just wait for the move. I mean, Ding's been away from the board for a very long time now. Very long time. How does FIDE make money from this? They don't really. It's funny, because I actually know, you know how they make money? I think they make money because I think chess.com probably paid them for some rights for cams, something like that. So that's how they make money, probably. And that's it. What time is it for me? It's currently 6:15 in the morning. I plan to come to the UK anytime soon. I spent many Novembers and Decembers in London. Actually, I played the London Chess Classic every year from 2010, I think it was, through 2018. So I spent 9 birthdays in a row in London. I was there December 9th every December. I love London. I have many friends there. I have many great memories. Unfortunately, the tournament there during the COVID period kind of died off. So I don't have any plans to be there anytime soon, but if I think about Europe and just traveling for fun, it's probably the one place I would love to go is London. I'd love to go back. There are just so many memories, so many experiences, but unfortunately there aren't any tournaments there, so right now I won't. So yeah. Anyway, do I think chess.com will replace FIDE in big events down the road? I do think it's realistic. Yes, I've been to Romania. Yeah, I've been to I played a chess tournament in Bosnia. I've spent a little bit of time in Bucharest as well, but that's it. So yeah. I'm still waiting for you to visit us in Tokyo. I think I'm gonna go to Japan next year at some point. I don't know when. I assume by then all the restrictions, everything will be dropped. I saw there still are some kind of weird restrictions, like you have to be tested or something, like some kind of weird stuff. And also I thought it was kind of weird there's something like with Japan, there was something like you're only considered fully vaccinated if you had like 3 or 4 shots or something. Like what? Like excuse me. So we'll see. I assume they're going to drop all the restrictions, but yeah, it's a little bit weird. He's back. Okay, are they he's back. Okay, he's back. Okay, let's keep going, you guys. So yeah, anyway, no, I didn't say I'm anti-vax, you guys. I mean, I got my two shots, and that's good enough for me. I mean I've had COVID at least once, if not twice, since then, and I'm fine. So yeah. All right, so we have no move from Ding yet. He's back at the board though, so Ding must have moved, right? Ding must have moved. No, I mean Ding's back at the board. He's got to move or not. Do I think H3 is justified? I like the idea in game number 2. I think it's a great way to mix it up early. The problem is that once you use H3 this early, it's not going to work again. So he's going to have a lot of other ideas. So we'll see. Ding slept and now he's thinking for the next 20 minutes. LOL. Well, the time advantage is gone. Ding is down to 1 hour 22 minutes. He's already lost the entire time advantage. Yeah, he's lost the entire time advantage. I'm mauling for one move. Classical chess is so lame. This is the big issue with classical chess. If I think about myself just as a fan of sports, like I watch a lot of sports. I didn't have time to watch the Masters yesterday because I had to go to bed early. But like and I had to do some YouTube content as well. But like if I think about like sports that I follow, like I will gladly watch tennis, for example. Like I mean I'm not going to watch a 5 or 6 hour match like there used to be between Djokovic and Nadal, like at the Australian Open. But like I'll watch sports for a good 1, 2, maybe 3 hours, although even baseball is trying to reduce the games. So like I'll watch for a couple of hours. But the problem with chess is like the biggest issue with chess is that you get the big buildup. I have no problem with classical chess where it's 2 hours for the first 40 moves, but the problem is you get the big buildup and then you have the big letdown, because then you get another hour to think, and so it's like you build up and then you have the letdown and then you have to build up again. And that's the biggest issue, which is why I think rapid chess is better, because you have the build up and then you have the climax. You have all the action happens, but you don't have the letdown. That's the problem with classical chess ultimately. Like you could even have classical chess be like 60 minutes and then 30 minutes, for example, like they did in the American Cup, and I think that's completely fine too. Would you have watched this if it wasn't for streaming? I'd probably be covering it a little bit, but not much more. I also realize there's another move White has here, which is maybe knight g5 to sack on f7 or go knight e5 and use D's knights. It's an idea. Like if h6 takes knight e5, I mean this is very aggressive here, very aggressive with some bishop g6. I mean computer hates it, it thinks it's losing, but there is maybe an idea, but I think it's too early in the match to consider knight g5. Also, I'm really confused why Ding is sitting at the board if he hadn't made up his mind, because it seems like he's always away from the board. So yeah, I mean D's knights maybe are an idea, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. My ex-boyfriend wanted to watch all the Premier League games the entire weekend because of Fantasy Premier League. 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of football this weekend was a bit much for me. I don't know why you would do that though, because actually a couple, like maybe like 3-4 months ago, maybe it's more than that now, I had the I paid the $10 for the Peacock subscription with Comcast, where I could watch like the replays of the games, and I would just go I would go and like wait for them to upload it to Comcast, and I just watch the critical moments, like the recaps or things like that. Yeah, Peacock is like the NBC Comcast whatever you call it subscription. It was like $10 or something. I thought it was pretty cheap. So I did, but I wouldn't watch the whole games. I'd wait for the recap, then I'd find out where the goals were. I'd like start like 30 seconds ahead, or I'd watch a 9-minute recap. So that's what I would do. So Ding, make a move. Yeah, I mean we've been here forever. Yeah. No, we've been here forever. It's like it's pretty I'm feeling kind of bored at the moment too. So if you guys have questions you want to ask, make sure you ask me questions. Chess, finance, otherwise whatever, I will try to answer them while we're on this little bit of a lull. Am I gassed? You mean am I tired? I don't know what you mean by that exactly, but oh, actually knight f6, you're right, maybe black can take with the pawn and open up the file for the rook. I didn't think about that. You're right, that is an idea. And that's an idea that Vishy Anand, the former world champion, he used this idea in his match against Kramnik. A little bit different position, but he had this idea with the double pawns and playing for activity. I would say at this point, I don't know what side I'd rather be. It's funny though, because since Ding has been thinking for like 30 minutes now, the advantage or the pendulum psychologically has switched back to where it's now advantage Nepomniachtchi. It's advantage for Nepo because Ding was in prep, he's out of prep, and the time advantage is gone that he built up. So I would say it's advantage Nepo again. I think it's advantage Nepo here. It's advantage Nepo once again. It's very surprisingly. So yeah. All right. Gold or Bitcoin? I have gold, actually. I do have some physical gold, so I would say gold probably. I mean, Bitcoin though, you never know, like it ran up so much. I mean, I guess I'll open a new tab while we're at it. Big shout out to you guys for watching. Hope you're having a fantastic day in the world. BTC, what is BTC at? Because I haven't looked recently. It's at it's 28.3. It's 28.3. So it's, I mean, it's rallied really hard recently, or in the last month or month and a half, I guess you could say. I don't know though, because I feel like a lot of that run up is due to rates. It's due to the rates and also the bank failures, kind of. So I would say that okay, are we gonna get GF for Queen F6? Big moment, by the way. Big moment here. So I don't know if it's based on like the bank failures and rates, whether that's going to be sustained, because I expect the banks to recover, like the banks that didn't go under that are struggling, what's it, First Republic, there's like, there's there's WRC or whatever it's called. I forget what the exact symbol is, but I feel like they're going to survive. So if they survive, I mean, could affect Bitcoin negatively, but again, we'll see what happens. Okay, and of course Ding had to run away from the board again. So yeah, the show goes on. So how can you be gone before it counts loss? So like if you're away from the board for 1 hour, like if you don't show up for the first hour at the board, then you lose the game. Now the big question here is, which way will Nepo take? Now I'm going to be honest, Nepo is an aggressive player. I think he's going to take with the pawn, and I think if he takes with the pawn, I'm starting to like his position a lot here. I'm starting to like his position a lot. I think I'm starting to think that Nepo might win this game if he takes with the pawn, because time is already even. They're only on move number 12. Both players are down to around an hour. Nepo is definitely a better blitz player traditionally, so I think that if Nepo plays G takes F6 quickly, I think he's got good chances in this game. Good chances. Yeah, I think he has good chances. Pawns are double stacked, but what it does is it opens up a lane for your rook. This G file becomes completely open, and with the rook on the G file, I mean, it's all about the G's. I mean, this rook is going to be a top G once it goes to G8, or something like that. Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, I think after G takes F6, the rook's going to be a G for sure. But we'll see how long he thinks here. This is the big question. How long will he think? How long will he think here? Nepo just had half an hour to think. He did. He had a lot of time. Again, big shout out to everybody who's watching. It's nearly up to 3,000 again, so hope you guys are doing well, enjoying our coverage. Game is starting to pop a little bit. It's starting to get interesting. We are gonna I'm gonna say this. I think there's a good chance today that this game will be decided before the end of the first time control. So I think there's a good chance we're going to be in the first 4 hours, we're going to have a result here, because I think we're going to get the players playing a rapid game where they don't have a lot of time to make decisions, and Nepo takes quickly with the pawn. Yeah, no, I saw 2,800 a second ago, but hey, regardless, numbers are numbers. Who cares? Yeah. Peak viewership, I think in the 7th or 8th hour of the game between Jan Nepomniachtchi and Magnus Carlsen, it was very high. I think it was something like around 300,000 across Twitch, YouTube, etc. This match, of course, is much lower for obvious reasons, but you know, it's what it is. Yeah, I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good about this situation for Ding here. That's I don't feel good about this. I really don't like this. I don't like the piece play. This feels like player time situation. Players on move 12 gonna get low. This is gonna be a rapid or blitz game. Big advantage for Nepo in such a situation where it's not clear cut. No obvious plans for white. Black reacts. You want to go rook g8. You want to use the diagonals. I'm not really sure how white activates this bishop. Do you go e4 and bring the bishop out? Do you play b3 and fianchetto it? Not so clear what you do. Not so clear. And Nepo gets to react to every move here. So I'm really liking this. I'm liking what's happening here. This is a big turnaround now, but I'm liking Nepo's chances. Do you get a lot of hate for the kick switch? I get some hate, but I'm still streaming on Twitch once a week. So what gives? What gives? Yeah, they play one game a day, you guys. I'm loving it though. I am loving it, you guys. A big shout out to all you guys who are watching here on Kick. Thank you so much. I mean, I love the vibe. Like, it's very nice when it's a little bit smaller, a little bit slower, less trolls, less questions about other content creators. It's quite nice, quite nice. Ding looks devastated. I mean, I don't know. And I mean, what is this? What is this, you guys? What is this? I mean, what is this, like the private room world championship? I mean, come on. Yeah, I think FIDE needs to change this in the future. I think it's fine to have them on the first of all, the stage needs to be rotating, and then I don't know if you have like a pit of fire, you have tigers, but you got to make it more like gladiator style. You got to make this like entertaining. You got to make it entertaining so they can't just leave the board easily. It's got to be something like they have to be able to do like is it like the long jump? Make it like the long jump where it's like in order to leave they have to long jump over, they have to long jump like 6 or 7 feet over live fire, over a fire pit, something like that. I don't know what the answer is, but you got to do something so that they can't just automatically leave every move. Because if you're trying to promote chess to the masses, this is not the look you want. You don't want this look where it's like the players are never at the board, it's just sitting in a lounge chair in the back. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here, think for 20 moves. I'll go make a move, then come back and leave the stage. I don't know, but there's something needs to change. I mean, I don't know what the solution is, because obviously I have played chess professionally. I understand the reasons and why you can't restrict them, but there's got to be something like I don't know what it is. But you know, also I feel like generally speaking, when I think about tournaments that I've played, normally when it's your turn, it's your move, you're not supposed to be away from the board. Like, I'm thinking about the candidates that I played, like players would be away from the board for a couple of minutes after they saw a move being played, but they wouldn't be away from the board for like 20 minutes. So I don't know what the solution is. But yeah, but look at chess popularity. Doesn't encourage FIDE to make changes? Well, the world championship is much lower. Also, frankly, you say these changes doesn't encourage FIDE. You could say you're right on that in terms of viewership and how chess is booming, but the boom is not directly benefiting FIDE. It's benefiting chess.com. So okay, we get e4 played here, and now the game is going to get spicy. Yes, this game is going to get very, very spicy. So this game is going to get spicy with c4, probably c4 and rook g8. We're going to get an exciting game now. We're going to get an exciting game. If black takes on d4, white can takes. After queen takes d4, winning a pony. You have bishop b5, creating the classic fossil since white wins the queen. If you take the bishop, lose the queen. If you block, I just eat the queen anyway due to the pin. No capture. So this is going to get spicy. The only thing I do not like about Kick is that I cannot airplay on TV. Plus, it's not a TV app. Yeah, I mentioned that to them about no app, and they said that I think they said they're going to have some like Roku type thing. They're probably not going to have Fire because that's an Amazon, but they're going to have something like Roku is what they said. So anyway, we get e4. I assume c4 will be played. C takes c4 just doesn't look right because now the pony's in the center. Great scope for the bishop. Knight can move to many different squares potentially. My guess is that we'll get c4 and rook g8. That's my best guess. e4 is not a bad move. It's just going to make the game very spicy. I mean, mind you can see from the evaluation bar that the computer really loves black, but I don't think it's that easy to do over the board. Yeah, I mean, apparently c4 with rook g8 and bishop d6 is just very good for black. Is it going to happen? Very, very hard to judge. Very hard to judge. But Nepo is a very aggressive player, so I would not be entirely surprised if that happens. Was I ever a world chess challenger? I came close. I played the candidates last year. I lost the last round game to Ding. If I had won that not won that game, sorry, if I'd even drawn that game, probably I would have been in the situation to play this match. That being said, there are a lot of variables, so who knows, history would have probably been a little bit different if that had happened. Do I think Nepo will break as easily? No, because Nepo is not a huge underdog this time around. Playing against the greatest player of all time, Magnus Carlsen, is much different than playing against a player where you're probably a better player or you're very close in rating. But we do know that Magnus is the best player. He's the highest ranking. He makes the fewest mistakes, and so you're a big underdog. Anybody against him is a big underdog. So yeah. Also, you guys, those of you guys who are watching, we did a recap of game 1 yesterday on YouTube. I don't know if you guys checked it out. I assume some of you guys did, but we're gonna be doing recaps of the games probably after the game today. I'll take a short break. I'll take a short break and do a recap on YouTube, and then we'll come back and stream again here on Kick for a few more hours in case you guys are wondering what the day is going to look like. But that's mostly what we're going to be doing. So yeah, we have it on our YouTube channel, GMHikaru. If you have not checked it out yet, make sure to check out our recap. I'm going to stream only on Kick. Most of the days I will be. Tomorrow I'm going to be streaming Titled Tuesday on Twitch, but most days I'll be streaming on Kick. Yes. Why doesn't the World Championship happen every year? I actually think that's a change that could be beneficial if you had the World Championship, if you had a change in the format. But the thing with chess is, one of the things that makes chess so great is that we've had this game around for about 1500 years. It's very limited changes, a lot of great history, and so because of the history component, people are hesitant to have change in this game, and I do think it's a good thing. I think the idea of having the classical world champion is not something that's going to matter down the road, especially if the best player isn't playing. So I hope they do make changes. Having it every year would be great. Yeah. So all right, I don't think it should happen every year. That make it less special. Maybe possibly, but already it's very diminished without the best player playing. I mean, it's fun to watch, but let's be honest, both these players are not as good as the world chess champion Magnus Carlsen. That's just the reality. I mean, I'm not trying to be controversial. That's the reality. Yeah. Okay, we have a lot of world championships in a lot of sports every year. True. So we're waiting for a move here. Let's see what happens. My headphones are HyperX headphones. I think they're HyperX Cloud or something. I forget exactly. Every month is not realistic. Can't FIDE just wait for Magnus? Well, FIDE has to make changes. Magnus won't play. That's the problem. Am I going to try to qualify for the next Kansas tournament? I mean, if I make it by rating, yes, I'll be playing one tournament, the Isle of Man, in October. But that's about it. If I make it, I make it. If I don't, I don't. It's not the end of the world either way. So yeah, waiting for a move here. Magnus had decided long before a certain incident that he wasn't playing. Magnus decided, I think maybe it was like July or August of last year, that he wasn't playing. He decided before that. And he decided because, again, you have to spend months preparing, so you can't play the traditional tournaments every season or every year that you would like to. And then, of course, a lot of games are drawn anyway, so it's a lot of work. You lose the chance to play in other tournaments, and he felt like the format needed to be changed. FIDE basically was unwilling to change. He didn't play. That's how it goes. Does Kick have an Android app? They do, I believe. Yes, they do. They do have an Android app, and they also have a iOS app for Apple as well. Do I see myself contending for the Chessable Masters? Well, I won the Chessable Masters, so I'm not sure what do you mean the next tournament, the Chess Champions Tour, or what exactly? Not 100% sure. Android going good too. Great, fantastic. All right, so I mean, I don't know what to say here. I think CD4 is a move, maybe C4, maybe Queen C7. Rook G8 looks a little bit superficial because of D5 to me. So probably Queen C7 or C4 are the two moves that I'd be considering. Queen C7 allows you to castle the king to the queen side as well. Those are probably the two moves. I would probably consider C4 or Queen C7. Rook G8, of course, is the other move. Rook G8, it just somehow doesn't feel right to me. I can't really explain why, but it doesn't look like the best move here. Did Magnus say what format he wants? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he said a format. I think FIDE was just unwilling to make changes. So anyway, waiting for a move here. I think I'm gonna go get more coffee pretty soon. Oh, he plays C4. Wow, and he plays it quick. He plays it fast. Okay, he plays it fast. I mean, I like where Nepo's at. He's starting to move a little bit quicker. This is good. This is good. Is he gonna get up and leave in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Yep. Yep. Yeah. Didn't take long. Where do they leave to? They go to their little back room. Yeah. C4 is explosive. C4 is very explosive. Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. Nepo leaving early just in case Ding comes to the board. Wouldn't want players to be at the same time. Yeah, I mean, C4 is actually a good move because what it does is now after rook g8, it restricts the bishop. Like white doesn't have great moves. So you go b3, I get c3. Now I have a protected pass pawn. The light square bishop isn't great here behind the pawn. If you ever push, I close the diagonal, but then my bishop is really powerful on this diagonal towards the white king. So I mean, the problem here for white is that if you go d5, which is the other option, hoping to open up both of these diagonals, it's good. But after d5, I think black goes queen 7 cast. Thank you, M-R-I-D-U-L, Marie Duel, for the subscribing. Thanks to Marie Duel. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but thank you so much. Yeah, so I mean, this is going to be very this is going to be very interesting. What I say at the table, probably I would get up, but I don't know if I would get up every single move. I'd probably get up like 80% of the time, but not 100% of the time. And Ding in his back room. Yeah, this is okay. So Ding is out and he's on his way to the board again. Okay, bishop c2 played. So we'll probably get like rook g8, queen c7. Queen c7 and castles feels the most human. Rook g8 of course also makes a lot of sense. One of these two moves I assume will be played. Queen c7 to castle the king out of the center, or rook g8 to become a g. One of the two. This is happening in Astana in Kazakhstan. In Astana. Yeah. They're losing like 40 seconds walking every move. Imagine flagging and regretting it. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I assume he's going to play rook g8 to be a g, or he's going to play queen c7. One of those two moves. b3 is also a move to not permanently, but temporarily make this bishop in jail where it can't go anywhere. But I'm going to go bishop d2 down the road and try to put pressure on the knight, queen e2, and you're going to have problems with this pawn because the knight's under attack. I'm going to put pressure with queen e2 and then rook c1, and I think white's a little bit better. I would guess, just guessing here, intuitively queen c7 feels right. Now we know that rook g8 is also good, but intuitively queen c7 feels like the move to me. But I think Nepo's gonna, yeah, Nepo plays it. Yeah, like I said, intuitively it feels like the right move. Queen b6 is a move, but the problem with queen b6 is after bishop e3 castles, I get d5 and I open up the scope towards your queen. So when you go queen c7 here, now if you ever try to go bishop e3 and d5, there's no queen to attack. So I think queen c7 is a better move objectively. He's going to castle, play rook g8. I don't really like this position for Ding. I think Ding is going to have to use a lot of time here. There are no obvious plans. I'm gonna give a bold prediction here. I think Nepo is going to win this game. I think Nepo is going to win this game. That's my bold prediction. I think Nepo is going to win this game just based on the time usage, based on the position. It's a little bit double-edged here. Considering they're both going to get low on time, it's going to be a rapid / blitz game. I think Nepo's got good chances to win this with black. Good chances. I don't know if he will, but I would say good chances. I think my predictions right now, I would say a 30% Nepo wins. I would say I'd say 30% that he wins, maybe 15% that 30% that Nepo wins, 15% that Ding wins, and then 55% that it's a draw. I think it's 55% draw, 30% Nepo wins, 15% yeah, 30 and 15 is 45. So yeah, 55% draw, 30% Nepo wins, 15% that Ding wins. That's where I would put it right now. The walking back and forth reminds me of the voting process in Survivor in a strange way. True story. And again, both players are missing from the board. Nepo has survived the opening. Yeah. Queen e1 is a good move. Queen e1 and bishop d2. I mean, feels very. I think bishop d2. If I'm looking at order, I'd probably play bishop d2 so that I can go rook c1 or queen e1. Feels more human. So yeah, waiting for a move. And while we're waiting for a move, I think I'm gonna take a short break, you guys. I'm gonna go get some rice. I'm just gonna go heat up some rice from Costco, and I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes, you guys. So go use the restroom, clear my head. We'll be back in a few. I'll keep the game up, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, we're back. What really though, not sitting at the board is part of the gamesmanship. I don't know honestly. 3 empty chair stream, totally. Yeah. All right, you guys, so what did we miss? Did we get any more moves? Let me refresh the page. Yeah, no more moves here, so we're waiting for more moves. All right, so I just heated up some food. I didn't actually get the rice. I just had some leftover pasta, some pasta with some shrimps. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't want to like, I don't want to spill it all, but yeah, you guys can kind of see it. So all right, imagine if there's a ghost that moves. Totally. So all right, still waiting for a move from Ding. They're scared of each other. It's possible, I doubt it, but Sessa says 0.00 queen e1. Queen e1 is a weird move to play. It doesn't feel right because it just feels very slow. Like if I'm looking at queen e1, I'm looking at bishop d2 because there's flexibility, because you can then go queen e1, but you can also go rook c1. So I assume bishop d2 is the move. It's the move that I would play here. Definitely the move that I would play here if I had the white pieces. Yeah. What am I eating with the rice? I'm eating some shrimps with some pasta. So all right, waiting for moves here. Let's see what's gonna happen. It tastes great, actually. Yeah, so bishop d2, bishop e3 are the moves that I would play. Queen e1, if you know it's the best move, you can play, but it's just a weird move. Queen e1 is just a strange move. I mean, maybe Ding can find it after a bit of a think, but I would also add, for those of you guys who are wondering, this is not a Ding position. Ding Loren is a guy who likes, yeah, he plays bishop d2, of course, because it's the human move. Obviously, I told you guys. It's like when you look at Ding Loren, this is not his style of game. He likes positions that are generally a little bit more simplified, where there's like it's a positional advantage as opposed to more like all out tactical games. So it's a little bit different. I think this might transpose after castles queen e1 to the computer line. But again, we'll see. I assume castles will be played here almost for sure. Yeah. So maybe castles queen e1 queen b6 maybe is how this goes. But again, the problem here is that even if you get rook c1 king b8, where's your play? Like black's knight guards the pawn, b4 is guarded. These pawns really restrict these bishops, and I can always go rook g8 and also f5 later on as well to open up the scope for the bishops. So I don't like this position for Ding. I think I much prefer being black. And we're back to the chair stream. Yeah, totally. They must be scared of the board. I agree, totally. Honestly, I'd rather watch Hikaru eat for an hour and a half than wait for moves. Okay, dude. I'm just eating some pasta with some shrimps. Basic. It's hardly OTB at this point. Yeah, this is what is this? This is called like it's not over the board. This is away from the board chess, right? This is away from the board chess, something like that. I mean, I don't know what would happen if I had the white pieces here. I mean, I do like black's position much more. Stockfish is b3. b3 is a weird move to play. Actually, it's not a good move. After bishop b1, white is much better, as you can tell. No, I mean, I think probably here castles is going to happen. Castles are rook g8, but rook g8 doesn't make sense since you've already gone queen c7 to castle the king. He's going to castle for sure. No, he's going to castle, absolutely, no doubt. Over the break room chess, yeah. AFB, new term, away from board. Yep. Nepo's back to castle as king, I assume. I mean, this is only game number 2, you guys. They're playing 14 games. Long event. So all right, so Jan will probably castle as king. Castles are rook g8. They're 14 games total. Yeah, it's a long match, long match. Second line is rook d8. Yeah, rook d8 is playable, but again, we're humans, we play on concept. So if he doesn't play castles, I would be shocked. Castles or maybe rook g8, but castles is the obvious human move, especially once he sees that there's queen e1, queen b6. Bishop d6 also maybe a move as well, but it might allow like e5 or even rook c1. No, I'm pretty confident that we're gonna get we're gonna get castles. No, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get castles. It's not 14 games in a row, it's 2 games and a rest day. Did you surprise yourself in the cans when you play that good? Is that your best OTB? It's not my best performance ever, but I said this before in some of my past streams, but in terms of my chess career prior to streaming taking over and everything, I had one great regret in chess, and my one great regret was my performance in the Canada's tournament in 2016. I felt that in 2016 I was one of the players who was potentially a favorite in the event, but my nerves and everything else got in the way. The way I prepared wasn't right. There were so many things that I did wrong, and I didn't even come close to being in contention to win that tournament and qualify for a match against Magnus. And so that was my one great regret. And I know that at the end of the Canada's I lost this very unfortunate game to Ding Loren, but I played great throughout the event, and that's with me doing less preparation than I did in 2016. We get an ad, so I'm going to turn this off for a second. So in 2016 I didn't come close, but I did less prep in 2022 than in 2016, and I played much better. Like my mental, my psychological, that whole game was much better than it was in 2016. And so for me, that was the one big regret I had. And even though I messed up the last game against Ding, I sort of fulfilled that. Like I within myself, I had all those what if doubts, and when I made it, when I had that result, I realized that, like, even if it didn't go my way in 2016, you know, I performed. I did it in the camps. I played the way I wanted to play. And yes, I mean, I lost a Ding. I could have, you know, not lost that game and maybe played in this match perhaps, but at the end of the day, I sort of, that whole what if and doubt about what if I had done something different, I proved to myself that I could play well in the Cancer tournament. I could have gotten to a world championship match if I had done a few things right. And so it got rid of the one last doubt or one last great regret I had in my chess career. This is Hikaru. This is the real me, you guys. Yes, so he plays rook g8. Okay, interesting. If you qualified, will you prioritize WC or streaming? Well, again, I don't know, you guys, because for a long time I've had a theory that I think Magnus would have actually played if it meant that I got in the match. But again, those are what ifs. We don't know what would have happened, so I don't really want to speculate. But I don't know. I don't know what I would have done, because I love streaming much more than I love playing in the candidates and those sorts of things. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what would have happened. But if we speculate for a second that basically Magnus does make the same decision and everything, and I would have played against Jan, I don't know. Maybe I would have prioritized the match, but 3 months away is a long time. 3 months away is a long time. So who knows? Is Dingler in trouble? I mean, computer likes Blackmore. I don't really have a strong preference either way. Have I seen the Kramnik clip flag in the Armageddon Cup game? I saw it earlier. I'll probably show it on stream later, but we'll see. So waiting for a move here. Apparently now queen e1 is equal. Why is this different? Is it because there's d5 here? It's because you have rook c1 of castles. You can play bishop d3, right? Yes. And now the pin plays. So slight mistake by Jan here. Yeah, actually this is unclear now after rook c1. If you can't castle out of the center, I think I'm starting to like white's position more if you can't castle. Like apparently bishop d6, king h1 castles Bishop d3, king b8. I mean, I guess it's okay, but I don't know what to make of this. Really don't know what to make of this. Still very very murky for both sides. Please use your poker to make Kick to an app for Apple TV. I think they're gonna, I said before, I think they're gonna do that down the road. What happened with Ali Reza Farouja? I never see him playing. He's because he's a fashion designer. He's a fashion designer these days. He wants to be Gucci Reza Farouja. So, all right. How am I feeling today? You look refreshed. I feel good. I feel pretty good. I got some sleep. So yeah. Well, I have train wrecks on my stream. Is he still streaming, by the way? Because I saw he was streaming when I booted, but guy's insane. He just streams hours and hours and hours. But I will put the cams up when they're back. They're showing an ad right now, so I don't really want to show that. But yeah, Ali Reza is still playing chess, but he has not played a tournament since like September of last year. So it's been a long time since he last played. Like I said, he's focusing on fashion design. So who knows if that's like full time, whether he's going to get back chess. Who knows what the reality is, but it's what he's doing for now. What happened since the knight move? Which knight move? Knight a5 or knight e4? Maybe you mean knight e4. Not a whole lot. We've had a big transformation in the pawn structure. Big change in the pawn structure, but we haven't reached like a critical moment yet. We're not quite there. We're gonna get there soon though. Is Farouja the best player of the new generation? By rating, yes. But right now I think that the most active player is Notabek Abdussatorov, and I think he's been playing very inspired chess, so I'm actually really curious to see what he does. But he and Ali Reza are the two who are kind of a cut above the rest right now. No more Twitch. No, tomorrow will be stream title Tuesday on Twitch, you guys. I'll be streaming the majority of my streams on Kick, but we will be on Twitch as well. But Kick is just better, dare I say it. Honestly, dare I say it. I mean, I like less trolls. The chat is a little bit more actually like manageable. People are a little bit more respectful. So I actually kind of like it more. And of course, sub revenue is better. No ads for the viewers. I mean, what more do you want? You don't have ads. You don't have ads. You don't have ads. If you do sub, you're supporting the streamer. So yeah. Okay, so we get rook c1, so now he's going to castle, I assume. But apparently there's some difference after queen e1 because now black can thrust with f5. Whereas apparently the other order, I guess here, what is it? Wait, what's the difference? f5? f5, bishop g5, and white's better? So I guess the difference is now when black gets castled. When black gets castle, you go here f5. If you play like bishop g5, black can sack, I guess. Okay, I mean this is a little bit dank, but apparently this is wrong. I mean, I assume Nepo's gonna castle here, though. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. But right now, it's very very unusual. Okay, castles. Yeah, this is looking very very dicey for white already. Oh, are they back? Okay, let me turn on the cams again. No, they're on a break right now, so I'll leave it off. No, actually I'll turn it on because it looks like they have some portion. Of course nobody's at the board, obviously. Typical. Typical. What else is new? It's almost like we don't need the cams, honestly. We almost don't even need the cams. Check out Aisho Speed playing chess yesterday. He played chess again. He played chess again. Yeah, I'll take a look at that later. I didn't realize that. Okay, maybe he learned the basic rules. If he didn't, I'll do a video and tell him how to do that. Actually, give me one second. Let me just get rid of my plastic jar or container. Oh, he drew 2 games. Not bad. He drew 2 games. Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah. All right. So what do we have here? So oh, we got stalemated. Okay. So Ding, I mean, this is very critical already. Very, very critical moment. Also, if Ding uses too much time here and he gets low on time, he's going to lose this game. It's a very, very, very dicey situation to be in. I would not want to be Ding here because the problem is black reacts to what white does. So for example, if queen e1 f5 happens, like black has an idea with f5 to open up the scope for the bishop, and with the rook on g8 is very scary. Of course, white can't really play b3 because then black gets a protected pass pawn. Bishop d3 is a move, but even after king b8, you're not really threatening to take. So I think Nepo's going to win this game. I'm gonna give you guys a bold prediction that Nepo wins this game. That's my prediction based on the current situation. I think Nepo will win this game. I also will say I don't think this is going to be a draw. I think that if like Nepo blunders, he'll lose, but I don't think this game is going to be a draw because there aren't simple ways to simplify into any kind of drawish position. We have many imbalances. First of all, white has pawns in the center, black has pawns on the queen side that can't be removed, so there's an imbalance in the pawn structure. There isn't really an end game. Like even if we get some end game like this with the pawns split like this, somebody's going to be better. Black's either going to be much better in winning, or if we end up deep in an end game, white's probably going to be better because of these 2 pawns. So just looking at the pawn structure and the piece placements, I think it's very, very unlikely this could be a draw. Very unlikely. I think Nepo's going to win this game. I'm pretty confident when I say that. I feel very good here that Nepo is going to win this game. I do. I don't see any reason that he shouldn't win this. Isn't it unfair that Nepo gets a free day before every white game, but Ding has to prep his white games on day 2 after the same day? Interesting. I didn't realize that. If that's actually true, that is wrong. I don't know if that's actually the case though. Knock at the God says you've never looked better since your running journey started. Running journey? What do you mean running journey? I don't think this is going to be a draw. I don't see a way for simplifications unless they somehow get to move 40 and it's still complex and like one of the players is better, but they're kind of scared that they could lose the game. I really don't see how it's going to be a draw. Why is Ding sitting in the lounge? I don't know. There is something very weird though, because like now at least you see Nepo, he's sitting at the board trying to think and focus. But it is, they don't alternate in the middle of double whites and free day after every 2 days. Aha, okay. Yeah, it's comfy lounge, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I don't like the situation because honestly, white has no obvious moves. Ding's gonna have to use a lot of time here. Nepo is gonna be able to react to whatever he does. He pushes pawns to the center like e5. Obviously, you go f5. Play d5, just calculate a little bit and take the pawn. I don't feel good about this. I think Ding's gonna use 20 minutes. He's gonna get under pressure on the clock. Position, he doesn't have obvious moves. It's a bad spot to be in. I think Nepo's going to win this game. This pawn structure can occur in many different openings. You can have there are a couple different ones. One of the ways that you can get something similar is in something like the Vienna, for example, where you get some, I guess this is a bad example, but Vienna is one example where you can end up with some structure kind of similar like this, for example, where you end up with pawns on b4 and c4, and white has pawns on d4 and e4. You can also get it out of I think out of the QGA, hilariously enough, where I think you have this one as well. You have something like a4 c6. Now normally it doesn't happen quite like this, but just as an example, where basically you end up with some position like this. and black has the pawns connected, and you get the pawns in the center as well. So it can happen out of many different openings. First time playing Queen's Gambit, accepted and crushing it. What a champ. I mean, the way that I look at this is that basically Ding, for whatever reason, I mean, I guess, you know, I'll say this, I think actually I'll change the cam scene, of course, as well. But I'll give you guys, I'll say something else. This actually speaks sort of to the lack thereof of Ding's preparation, or the seriousness of it potentially, because there is no good reason. One second, let me make sure the cam dimensions are perfect. There really is no good reason for Ding to have prepared this H3 and this QGA and be out of preparation right here. When you have 3 months to do hard preparation, of course, it just changed the scene, obviously. Okay. But when you do preparation for months on end, you should not be out of your preparation after knight a5. It's just inexplicable that you're out of preparation. I mean, unless of course he played H3 was a more recent addition to his repertoire. It's possible this is a more recent addition, like Richard Rapport gave him this idea more recently. It was not something he looked at like a month ago, but maybe something he looked at like a week ago, or even yesterday, for example, in which case he just simply didn't have time to review it. But when you have 3 months to do preparation, or 4 months, or however long, you shouldn't really be out of your preparation at this point, is my guess. Maybe he must have forgot his prep like yesterday. Well, that's true too. He could have forgotten the preparation. Yeah, it is possible, but at any rate, it's looking very bad here. It's looking very bad. I think Nepo is going to win this game. I really do believe that. I feel very confident in saying that at this point in the game, which will be huge, because if Nepo wins this game with black, he's going to have white in game 3 after Ding was already very, very shaky in the first game. And so if Nepo wins this, he could win the next one. The match could be, it could be getting late very early for Ding. Absolutely, it could be. What would be your opening choice if you played the world championship? I don't know what my opening choice would be. We'll see if I make it there, but I think I live by a very simple motto, which is KISS, which is keep it simple, stupid. So probably I would keep doing something similar to what I've been doing. So keep it simple, stupid. No need to be fancy schmancy or be wild. You just gotta stick to what's been working. He has faced that position without H3 in an Aronian game in 2021. Okay. I mean, I didn't see it in the online database, but I also didn't look super close. I was just looking at like very specific positions. Hikaru, you inspired many of us to keep moving forward. You already proved that you're the boss. No need to fight for the title. Thank you for that. I mean, if I make it, I make it. If I don't make it, I don't make it. I mean, it's not the end. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. So let's see. So no Smith Moore Gambit at the World Championship. I don't know, you guys. In the World Championship, I might play it. Problem is nobody would play a Sicilian, because playing the Sicilian is very aggressive, and generally you want to be solid with the black pieces. So yeah, I don't know, but it's a very serious opening for sure. And we did a YouTube video on it. Those of you guys who haven't checked out our YouTube channel, check out GMHikaru if you want to see my latest video, which is of course on winning with the Smith Moore Gambit. Think of the YouTube content. Yeah, that's true. That's exactly what I think about. But the only thing that I think about, obviously. Yeah, so anyway, if you made the World Championship, would you prefer the content or the title? I don't know. Also, some people did try Sicilian Najdorf against me in the candidates, and it didn't work out very well. Okay, let's change the scene. Second. Oh, look, nobody's at the board again, you guys. Yeah, what even is the point of having a cam, honestly? I don't even know what's the point. You're guaranteed that nobody's going to be at the board. Okay, Ding's still sitting in the back room. It's his turn. Yeah. Bishop takes b4 is not a good move, because black can simply win the bishop. He can capture back with his own bishop. Yeah, Ding is watching Netflix. I don't think he's watching Netflix, but I mean, I don't really like what he's doing at any rate. I think it's I think he needs to sit at the board a little bit more. Just get into mode a bit. It really is the Russian World Championship, probably. Imagine Nepo just locks Ding in the bathroom. Yeah. Ding is watching Queen's Gambit. Yeah, he's not actually on the monitor. It's not actually the mat. It's not the game. It's actually Queen's Gambit. 10K stage and everybody in the bathroom. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, you guys. Ding is watching the stream. Yeah, Ding maybe that's what he's actually doing. Maybe on his monitor he's watching the stream. He's watching the stream. I mean, Nepo's king is actually, I think, safer than Ding's king because the rook is being a total G here on the file, and there's a lot of pressure. Like at some point, this bishop is keeping an eye on the pawn, the knight. I would say Black's king is safer than White's king. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is hard to do. Why not king h1? I mean, I saw king h1 pop up briefly as a computer move, but I don't even understand what the point is here. Like, what does king h1 actually do? Yeah, it sidesteps threats on the G file, but besides that, it doesn't really serve a purpose. And Dean getting very low on time here, by the way. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Have I watched Queen's Gambit? Of course I did. Yeah. If he's watching the stream, he now knows to not play bishop takes b4. That's actually a good point. Yeah, he does know that you're not supposed to take on b4. 48 minutes to make 23 moves. No added time. So it's like this is like playing a major sport here. No added time. So 47 minutes to make 23 moves. 24 moves. I mean, I don't like the situation for him here. I think Nepo's going to win this game. I feel pretty confident. I think my odds here, I think Nepo's chance of winning are probably about 50%. I think Ding's chance of winning are probably like 20% and probably 30% draw. I think 50% chance that Nepo wins here, especially based on the time situation, not the board even, but the time situation combined with everything else. I would say 50%. I think there's a 50% chance that Nepo wins here. They should have a drone circling the board, get some new perspectives. Absolutely. Queen e1 is a move here, but after Queen e1 there's f5 to open up the scope. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean it's getting nervy for Ding, and as I said, I think in Rapid and Blitz Nepo is the better player objectively, so everything in this game is trending in the direction of Nepo. Better position, up more time, better Rapid / Blitz player. I'm not liking it. Not liking it at all here for Ding. Is it worth going for the h7 pawn? No, because if you play e5, black goes f5, and look at this op. This op is just spying everything, and with the rook on g8, it's a huge problem. Yeah, Ding has got to do something soon, though. Something soon. I mean, you just can't keep going like this. I mean, you just can't, because he's gonna lose on the clock alone, if nothing else. Yeah, Queen e1 f5 and then King h1. Actually, that makes sense. Yes, that does make some sense. So knight c6 and knight d4 is probably a big problem. Takes, and I mean, maybe a bishop e4, maybe, but this doesn't look right. I don't know what the best move is here. I'll be simple. I just wouldn't want to play this position with white. Period. I wouldn't want to play this position with white. It's just that simple. It just feels very hard to play. No obvious ideas, no obvious moves. 11 moves in. Ding was 20 to 30 minutes ahead. Yes, he was up 20 or 30 minutes up on the clock until this knight e4 move was played. Once knight e4, or not knight e4, once knight e5 was played, he used like 30 minutes here, and he took on f6. And I guess this probably was still preparation. Maybe it looked at knight takes e4 or c takes d4, and he just didn't look at knight a5 in his prep. It's possible, or he forgot. Again, in a world championship match, in the candidates as well, like, you can't be super critical of the players because there are all these considerations pressure wise that are completely different than playing a normal tournament. But probably he just wasn't prepared for knight a5. That's all I can think of. And he plays bishop d3, which is apparently a mistake. Now after king b8, white's in a lot of trouble. But well, Nepo, king b8 also is not the most obvious move here, because it feels like after takes there's like b3 and problems with your knight. Like, you're literally walking into some kind of pin on the c file. But again, we'll see. But king b8 is also not a hard move to play here, because after king b8, if you go b3, I go c3. Again, protected pass pawn. If you take and b3, even bishop takes e4, not this is the best move. Like with queen b7, you again have a classic right triangle here. I mean, it's just very Very scary. 90 degrees, of course. So I don't know. I mean, this looks kind of scary here. This looks scary. I assume he'll play king b8. I don't really see any other obvious moves here, because with the king on c8 there are problems. Like say you go here, takes and b3, now suddenly your king and queen are under a lot of pressure on the c file. So I assume Nepo's going to play king b8. I think he's going to play king b8 fast. Oh, also after king b8, you're right, there is knight b2 here as well. I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, this is just all around very very scary. Yeah, I guess without Magnus the quality of the championship is horrendous. I don't know if horrendous is the word, but it's going to be a little bit lower for sure. Yeah, 1.3 is bad also because of the time situation. The time situation being Nepo having 16 extra minutes here, being a better blitz rapid player, I mean, and no increment. I mean, if Nepo keeps moving faster, like he plays king b8 quickly, I think it's going to start getting very, very scary. Very scary. I'm predicting a Nepo win. I think he's going to win this game pretty cleanly, actually, if he plays king b8 quickly. Yeah, and he does. I told you guys. Yeah, this is getting scary. This is getting scary now. Yeah, this is getting scary. And the worst part for Ding here is there's no bailout. So you know, Ding, it's not like, you know, you don't have the you don't have the bank which can like rig the yuan, or you don't have the Federal Reserve here in the US which can of course bail you out. So there's no way to basically get out of this position where you can force a draw. Rookie one, another mistake. Now here's where we're starting to see the nerves here. What's going on in this position is Ding is trying to move quickly to not get way down on the clock here, and this apparently loses to f5. Now apparently f5 just wins the game on the spot. Now I don't know why it wins on the spot. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but apparently it does. Now after f5, the best move is apparently king f1. King f1. I'm loving it. Yeah, so I'll tell you what's happening. Ding is trying to move quickly here to not fall way down on the clock, but if Nepo finds f5 here, this is going to start to fall apart pretty quickly. Let's see if Nepo finds f5. This is a very, very important moment here, because if Nepo finds f5, like he uses 5, 10, 15 minutes and he plays f5, it's going to start going downhill pretty fast. Yeah. Oh, right, because f5 after takes, your rook takes d4, and then boom goes the dynamite. You have queen h2 and white just gets checkmated. Boom. Oh yeah, if Nepo sees rook takes d4, which I don't think is super hard, this is actually, yeah, oh yeah, f5 is actually yeah, this is looking pretty bad. Bishop c2 after f5, yeah, it's a move, but I assume there's like bishop d6 or maybe knight c6 again, like knight c6 and knight d4 again, maybe. This feels very scary. Of course, both players missing from the board as usual. I wouldn't say it's GG yet. I mean, there's still, we have a long way to go before we ever reach such a point, but yeah, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Yeah. Have we seen Nepo in the break room? I don't think we have. No, I don't think we have. No. Yep. Why would Ding play something he hasn't fully prepared? I don't know. Nepo is just pacing around. Yeah, I mean, this is looking very bad. Very bad here. For Ding. We'll see if there's f5. There are no spectators as far as I understand. There are journalists who take pictures and everything, but there are no spectators. f5 is not hard to find. Following it up with like a move like apparently f6 is the winning move is not super easy in my opinion, but f5 itself is not hard to find. Ding has lost in under 20 moves. Yeah, I mean, it's not great. I assume he is going to play f5 though. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. I'm trying to look at Nepo's fates here very closely to see, because I'm waiting for like an eyebrow fur or something where he thinks that Ding has made a blunder, and that's how you'll know that Nepo's feeling very good. Uh-oh and he plays it quickly too. Yeah, this is getting scary. Yeah, this is getting very scary very quickly. Yeah, I think Nepo's gonna win this game. Actually, I think Nepo's very likely gonna win this game. Also, queen e2 isn't playable here because then you take and you attack the queen. So even though you lose your queen, I win your queen, and now I simply have an extra bishop on the board. So this is already, yeah, very very dicey. Very dicey. Yeah, I think there's a good chance. Do you think they'll repeat the same opening tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's a rest day, but I think on Thursday, which will be Ding's next white game, no, he will not play h3. I'm gonna make a prediction. Let's assume Nepo wins this game, and let's just assume the third game is a draw. I think in game number 4, Ding is going to play c4, or he might even play some gambits with e4. Like maybe Richard Rapport has some kind of gambit in like the Vienna, maybe like in the Vienna, maybe in the Danish, maybe a Scotch gambit, maybe like something like knight f3, knight 6, d4 takes bishop c4. But I think Ding is going to start playing gambits, which, by the way, hilariously enough, it might be a good thing that Ding has Richard Rapport on his team, because if there's anybody that you want to create imbalance, even if it's bad, would be Richard Rapport. So it might actually work out very well that he has Richard Rapport as one of his seconds for the match, because Rapport is somebody who plays a lot of dubious openings. He makes them work, and importantly, in a world championship match, there's only one thing that matters, which is winning the match. So even if you lose the second or third game, it doesn't matter, because you have to win. And so you need to create the big imbalance, and Rapport is probably better at doing that than anybody else. So it might actually work out in a very interesting way that it's a good thing. Do I think Jan knows he's winning? I don't think Jan knows how much better he is, but I bet that he thinks that he's much better. Like, I bet he thinks it's probably like -1 here, but probably not that it's -3 and it's just game over. Can Ding play e5? You could, but the problem with the e5 here is now there's an open scope. Black probably has many ways to win. Even just bishop d5 with queen b7 here, creating the classic right triangle, is also just GG pretty much. It's very bad. I think Ding knows he's in trouble. I'm sure Ding knows that he's in trouble here. That much I'm sure. Now, to be fair to Ding, at least Ding drew the first game. So if Ding had lost yesterday and he lost today, it would be 2-0, and it might already be almost match over. But we'll see. Yeah, this looks really bad. Also, I realize another problem here is that, let's say you go bishop c2 and f6 is played, you can also swing the queen to g7 here and hit the pawn on g2. So this is all around just very bad stuff. This is very bad stuff for very bad stuff for Ding. This is why chess betting isn't a thing. The whole world thought it's a draw, and a super GM calls out the win 10 years in advance. You're not wrong. Like I said that I thought that I think somewhere around here I already said I thought Nepo was going to win, right? So I could have bet epically big at some point like this, because the problem is the bar doesn't really symbolize how humans look at the position. What is a good move for Ding here? I don't know. I don't know what a good move is. I honestly have no idea. Ding is sitting in his back room still thinking. Can I show the play up to this point? Yeah, so we got this very unusual h3 move, which is a move basically to take Nepo out of his prep. h3 dodges a couple of things. First of all, after knight c3, bishop b4, we have the classic Rogozin. Who knows if Nepo was going to play the Rogozin, or if he's going to play something like a Vienna, or even maybe the Queen's Gambit declined. At any rate, Ding played h3 to sort of dodge theory. Nepo decides to take, and we transpose into a Queen's Gambit accepted with c5, e6, a6 setup. Pretty normal stuff here up until this critical moment. After knight a5, Ding had a 30-minute time advantage, used all that time, and responds with knight takes knight. And after Nepo correctly captures with the pawn, opening up the file for the rook, it's sort of been downhill ever since then. Yeah, I mean, this is not good. Not good at all. This is not a recap, no, but yeah, it's pretty bad here. Don't you really need some healthy arrogance to be the best at this level? Of course you do. Yeah, you got to believe in yourself at the end of the day. But I mean, Ding is not going to resign here. He's probably going to use his time, but I mean, I just don't know what you're supposed to play here even. That's the problem. Bishop c2 is probably the last move that I think makes sense. And then the question is, can Nepo find f6 to scoot the queen over? and also stop knight e5 importantly as well. No knight jump. That's the big question mark here. Big question mark. But again, like I said, this is very scary to play here, and I think that it's very likely that that Ding is going to lose this game. Also, if Ding had maybe like an hour here and Nepo at 30 minutes, I could see there being some chances. But the fact that Ding is losing on the board, losing bigly on the clock, and they're very far away from move 40, and all three of those factors combined make me pretty confident that Nepo is going to win this game. Like even if you forget that it's like -3 objectively, like the other factors alone make this very hard to play. Why are they still not at the chessboard? He only has 39 minutes left. I don't know what's going on with Ding. I mean, maybe he's just maybe the pressure is getting to him. I mean, it's weird because I'm trying to think back when I played in the candidates tournament in Madrid last June and July. Ding was at the board most of the time. Like he was an iron statue for the most part. So it is very weird that he's suddenly not sitting at the board at all. He was pretty much like an iron statue. He was. So I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Also, I realized there's another problem. If bishop c2, black can even go here and play bishop h2 and then something like rook d4 to mate with D's bishops. Although maybe it's not actually checkmate here, but nonetheless, this just isn't looking good. Yeah, there is a screen in the lounge. Absolutely. I think this is where the experience massively helps. Yeah, you're probably right about that. I mean, obviously, like I can't speak about the World Championship because I haven't played in one of these, but I know like when I play the candidates, when I compare the candidates to any other tournament I've played, it's always been a complete nightmare. Like the pressure is so high, the stakes are so high compared to any normal tournament that people's reactions are not always the best. Even Magnus himself has that. Even Magnus sometimes under the pressure in the candidates and the World Championship match, he also has made some mistakes that he normally wouldn't make and say like just a regular classical chess tournament. So Nepo was 8-1 odds winning this game, by the way. That's not surprising. I could have told you probably as early as here. I think right here was a critical moment where if I was a betting man, I wanted to bet on Nepo winning, this is where I would have bet at this moment. But yeah. So we have f5 waiting for a move from Ding here. This could be a very short game. Don't forget, we're not even 3 hours in yet. It's been a pretty short stream so far. Pretty short game, but this could be short. This could be very short, in fact. Ding is losing. Again, big shout out to everybody who's watching. Hope you guys are having a fantastic morning wherever you are in the big wide world. We're live. We're streaming on Kick. Once again, hope you guys are enjoying the ad-free experience for the time being. Of course, if you do want to support me, you can subscribe. And unlike on Twitch, where you only get 50% of the revenue, so out of $5 you get $2.50, here I would be getting 95% or $4.75. So make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to support me. Ding is losing. Yes, Ding is losing here. Yeah, he is losing. Yeah, it's a 95-5 split. Shortest world championship game ever. I don't actually know. I'm not a great chess historian. I mean, if Ding were to resign here, it would be up there, if not in fact a record. But I don't know what the shortest decisive game was. Garry Kasparov and Vladimir Kramnik drew a game in the World Championship in 2000, which was 14 moves, but that was a draw. In terms of decisive games, I don't actually know. That's a very good trivia question. No, shortest in a World Championship, not a shortest. I know a non-loss game in like 6 moves, but shortest in a World Championship match, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what Ding is going to do here. Ding, of course, still not at the board. Like, what is this? I don't understand this because like there are plenty of times I get up, but usually when it's my move, I sit at the board and do my calculations. So I have no idea what is going on. I don't know. I mean, it's so strange. It's so strange. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this, but it is what it is, I guess. Kind of. I don't know. The pressure is getting to him. It's definitely possible. Yeah. The shortest decisive non-forfeited game was between is Galfon and Anand. Yes, the game where Boris. Yes, I remember this one. The game where Boris tried to go for broke after winning the previous one. Yes, I had forgotten about the game. You're right. Yes, it was because game 7 Boris won in like a Nimzo or something in a beautiful game with the white pieces, and then he got crushed in game 8 because he thought Vishy was a little bit pressed. Vishy was under pressure, feeling stressed and not at his best, so he tried to beat him with the black piece and he got blown away. Yeah, he can't stand being watched, but you're playing chess. I mean, Ding should become a streamer is what he should do. That would help him get over the worries about being watched. I mean, if you're a streamer, you're watched nonstop. Like, he needs to stream to get over his anxiety. Yeah. No, this is very scary, very scary here for Ding. I think Ding is in a lot of trouble. Just get over it. Well, that's not how it works, but it's weird though. It is very weird because like I played against Ding in many tournaments. You know, I play tournaments in St. Louis. They're always are spectators, so I don't know what's going on. I actually don't know. It's because I just think about Ding, like St. Louis are always spectators for like the Singfield Cup or other events. It's not like some big thing. Thank you so much to CEFW for subscribing. Thank you so much to CEFW 97. Thank you so much, appreciate it. Thank you. Talk move is King F1, by the way. Yeah, King F1 will not be played. King F1 is played, I'll gift 100. I think if King F1 is played, I'm gifting 100 subs to chat. Okay, if he plays King F1, I'm gifting 100 subs. There's no way that he's gonna play King F1 here. No way, no way, Jose, no way. CCP put too much pressure on him. I don't believe that, you guys, because honestly I think if that was the case, he would have had like we would have seen more pictures, more support from like the Chinese delegation. I don't get the sense that there's a lot of support for chess. So yeah, would I win this against Stockfish? That I don't know. If I knew the evaluation, I think I would. If I knew the evaluation, I'd win this against Stockfish. If I didn't know the evaluation, probably I would still lose. Yeah, we need the Steiner. Yeah, where is the Steiner exactly? Yeah, I if King F1 is played, I'm not gonna be amused. I don't think so though. I deserve the spot more than these two. Not really. Nepo played great in the candidates. He deserves to be here. You can make some argument about Ding. I mean, Ding got very lucky in multiple ways. In that he also never should have been in the candidates tournament to begin with, but he got into the candidates tournament because Sergei Karyakin was disqualified due to his comments about the whole Russia-Ukraine situation. So Ding got into the candidates because of that. I know like Levon Aronian, he wrote a letter to FIDE saying he should have gotten the spot, not Ding. So it's yeah, I mean Ding got very lucky on that standpoint. And I mean he played well in the candidates. I mean he played well when it matters, so it's hard really to fault Ding, I guess, in a sense, but you know, it's not his fault. But he got lucky. He beat you last game. I could have drawn it so many times, not many times. There were a few times that I could have drawn. I wouldn't say many, but you know, it is what it is. And that's how it goes. King F1 is not on the top 3 moves for me. Okay, yeah, I mean I don't know. Do you think Magnus is not happy watching this thing and why didn't Nepo play this exciting chess against me? Well, no, it's on Ding for playing rather strange decisions. Like this game could have been a very boring flat draw somewhere around here. Like if Ding plays knight c5, it's fine. Or even if Ding plays d takes c5, for example, game is very flat. It could be a draw. So I think, I mean, it's not so much that, but also I would argue the fact is when you're playing against someone who's objectively just a better player, like Magnus is, your reactions, the way you respond to things is different. Like you don't want an all-out skirmish because he's a better calculator. He's just a better player. So you want to be like a rock. So it's, yeah, I mean it's hard to judge, of course. But yeah, I'm sure that Magnus is watching this. He's like, what is this quality? Like these are terrible games. Or maybe not the games as a whole, but like the quality has not been good in the first 2 games. Like I mean Nepo wasn't winning, but Nepo definitely could have put real pressure on Ding and possibly have won. Today, of course, Ding's quality is just out the window completely. So I think Magnus is probably watching. He's like, what the heck is this quality? That's what he's probably thinking to himself. So am I going to be covering every game? Probably I will be covering every game, I think, or at least up to like game 8 or game 9 for sure. So yeah, Magnus is probably watching. He's like, what is this quality? Like this is just very low quality chess. Was the money not enough motivation? No, of course not. Magnus is rich, you guys. So yeah, this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. And Ding is down to 30 minutes. I mean, this is where I'm going to use example. So there are a lot of times when I'm playing like rapid or blitz events online, you guys see me give this comment where I'm like, I'm just going to play this move. At some point you can't get too low on time, because if you get too low on time, you're just going to lose because of the clock situation, if for no other reason. And so Ding just kind of has to make a decision, go with it. If he loses, he loses. But if he gets down to like 10 minutes with no increment, he's going to lose no matter what the situation is on the board. I come back and you're at 3.2k. Yeah, we're going up in viewership, of course, as the game gets hotter and hotter. Although maybe hotter and hotter is the wrong way to put it. More like it's becoming more and more one-sided. But nonetheless, how How do ads on Kick work? Nathan, there are no ads on Kick, so you're watching with an ad-free viewer experience. If you do want to support the streamer, that being me, you can of course subscribe, and I will get 95% of that $5. So if you do subscribe, you're subscribing because you want to support the streamer. If you just want to watch ad-free, you don't have to subscribe, but you won't be getting any ads, unlike on a certain purple platform. So yeah, the evaluation of the position is the same as the board. It's minus 3.08. We're at 3.254. So yeah. Yeah, anyway, you guys, yeah, so thank you so much for the support. I do appreciate you guys. Can we still use Prime sub? No, if you want to use the Prime, just sub when I'm streaming on Twitch tomorrow. That's what I would say. If you want to use the Prime, just use it on Twitch. Yeah, I'm 8 minutes behind the board. Am I don't think so. I doubt it, but at any rate, this is getting bad. This is getting bad. Ding is down 28 minutes. He's got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. I play chess quite a lot, and I feel what Ding is thinking about the same as over and over again, trying to find something where there isn't anything. I mean, Ding is probably just upset. He's probably I'll tell you the following. Probably the following thoughts are in his mind. Number one, he's like, why did I play h3? Why did I listen to Richard and play this stupid move? Like, why didn't I just play my best lines? Like, why did I play the Catalan? Why did I just play knight c3 and go into the Rogozin? Like, why did I play this h3 move? That's question number one. Or negative thought number one. Negative thought number two, which I'm sure is in his mind right now, is why did I prepare up to 94 and then not know what I was doing after that? Thank you so much to Sword Melito for subscribing. Thank you so much. So this is the second one. He's like, why didn't I prepare deeper? Why did my preparation end after this knight a5 move? Like, why didn't I look at knight a5? Negative thought number two. Then third, in this current position, he's probably also thinking, he's like, what the heck did I do to this position? Like, why am I just losing here? Why is everything so bad? So yeah, there's a delay, right? No, there's no delay. As far as I know, there's no delay. But yeah, I think this is, yeah, it's just very, very bad for Ding. And he's gonna have to turn it around really fast, by the way, really fast here. Did I catch the Chicken Chess Club podcast after the American Cup? They talked for 15 minutes about you, how the developments in modern chess helped you, and the role of seconds. Would be great to hear your thoughts about some React content. Yeah, I could actually play that on stream and listen to it. They talked about me for what, like 15 minutes? Okay. They probably got everything wrong about me, but I can definitely listen to it and see if it's good. Ding spent too much time in the lounge. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but yeah, I mean, you know what, you know why I don't, someone earlier was talking about too much pressure from the CCP. You know why I don't believe that? You know why I don't believe that? Actually, I'll tell you why I don't believe that, because I feel like if that was the case, Ding would have had all the top Chinese GMs helping him. He would have had like Wang Hao, Wang Yui, who else is there? There's like those are two. Who else is there? There's like Wei Yi. I feel like all those top guys would have been helping him if the CCP really wanted to support Ding for this match, and I don't think any of them are helping him. I don't. Yu Yang Yi also. I'm just saying, like, again, I know, like, in the communist days of the Soviet Union, the state would be like, you're gonna help this guy, he's our #1 Soviet player, you're gonna help him. And so you put aside all your like rivalries and everything else, and you would just and you would help the top dog. And in this case, it doesn't look like any of them are helping him. So that's why I don't believe that he's actually getting like great support from the state. I don't think so, actually, because if he was, all these guys would be helping him, and I don't think any of them are helping him at all. So he has 12 minutes. No, he's got 26 minutes. And I mean, unless the clock is wrong, right? No, this looks like the current position after f5. Yeah. So it's pretty scary here, pretty scary. All right, I'm gonna get some more water. Do I need more coffee? I think I'll pass coffee, but I'm gonna go get some water, so give me 30 seconds. All right, what's going on? Do we have any moves? No moves, right? Yeah. The actual board says he has 10 minutes. Wait, what? Really? Seriously? Wait, are you guys serious? I didn't actually notice. Are you guys serious? Does he really only have 10 minutes, or did you troll me? No, okay, no, all right. No, okay, okay. So it was a troll. Okay, yeah, cool, cool. All right, so he's got 25 minutes. He's got to go. I mean, I don't. The problem is he's got to make a move, but there isn't a move. That's the problem. Like, there's no good move here. That's actually the biggest issue. Is there's no good move here, but you have to move because otherwise you're just going to lose because of the time situation. Yeah, yeah. This is. I don't even know what you're supposed to do here, honestly. Yeah, this is bad. Fabiano said FIDE shouldn't have accepted the games he played in China to get the rating spot, comparing it to having to face foreign players to get GM. Fabiano said that. Do you guys, if somebody has a clip of that, Nods, can you maybe look for that? I guess if you type a link, does it just get crossed out or not? I don't know. If there's a link of that, if you guys can, oh, is it C Squared podcast? Okay, let me pull that up. Or I'll C Squared podcast. Or maybe I'll react to that later. Actually, I think I'll react to that later. I'll react to that later because basically it looks like, again, just for you guys who are wondering what our plan for today is what happened to the is that the trophy or something? What is that? I don't know what that is, but anyway, okay, Bishop C2 is played. So for those of you guys who are wondering, what we're going to be doing is, as soon as the game ends, I'm probably going to go off, do a quick recap on YouTube, then we're going to boot right back up here on Kick, and I will keep going. We'll do like react to I Showed Speed. We'll of course cover the C Squared podcast, chicken chess, whatever it is, and maybe do a view arena and do some other stuff, maybe Reddit react even. So that's going to be the plan for those of you guys who are wondering, just in case you want to know what the agenda is going to be for today. Of course, I would like to do my recap live on stream, but for those of you guys who are wondering on Kick, they haven't actually separated the tracks yet. So because they haven't separated the tracks, the vods that are on that are on Kick, they have music on them, whereas my own internal vod doesn't. And so that's why I'll probably stop very briefly, do like a 20-30 minute recap and come back. Speed was apparently playing chess, apparently. So yeah. Okay, so Bishop C2 played, probably, I mean, F6 is the best computer move. I don't know, Bishop D6 also makes a lot of sense, but I do think that now that Nepo has a huge advantage. Oh, I could just, yeah, I could turn off the music, but the clipping and highlights also doesn't really work the same way, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it doesn't work the same way on Kick. So so you can't carve it out of the video. So yeah. Anywho, you guys, all right, so Bishop C2, so F6 is good, Bishop D6 is good, but now that Nepo has a massive time advantage, I think he's going to think here for probably a good 15-20 minutes. I don't expect him to blitz out a move here. I really don't expect a quick move. That's my guess. Your recap would be better with a live audience. On one hand, yes, on one hand, no, though. So it goes both ways. No way they're both at the board at the same time. Yeah. I know, it's like such a rarity that both players are at the board at the same time, isn't it? Now Ding realizes that now he doesn't have time to go sit in the back room. He doesn't have time. So yeah, Nepo should use his time. He shouldn't use too much time, but I think he's going to use like 5 to 10 minutes. Isn't Nepo using more time helping Ding? On one hand, yes, but on the other hand, without knowing the actual valuation, without knowing that F6 is the best move, you need to use some time to figure it all out. It's too late for Ding. He's sitting at the board. It's just too late. Could be too late. It could be. It's always possible. Ding basically doing a move a minute. There's no way he survives. I don't think he's going to survive. Okay, we get Knight C6 played quickly by Nepo. So Nepo goes the opposite route. He moves fast. He does not use time. Now this is true. This is Nepo being true to the sort of player that he generally is, where he likes to move fast and put pressure on his opponents. And you know how bad this position is, you guys? This position is so bad that at least my weak engine is saying King F1 is the best move. I mean, again, if King F1 is played here, good job. Okay, this is a bit awkward. Twitch chat isn't sub only. I don't know, you guys. We're here on Kick. We're having a great time. If it's a draw, I mean, there's no way this is a draw, right? I mean, I would say the odds as being a draw are like super low. Your engine says, I mean, the problem is no move looks good. Bishop g5. I mean, there's takes and knight d4. You can sack the rook d4. I mean, all roads lead to Rome. Kick is where the party is. It is actually. Big shout out to everybody who's watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. I mean, it's, as I said before, I really am enjoying it here. It's nice, very comfy, feels much more like a family atmosphere. What happened to my ads or abs? I don't know what you mean. Do you mean ads or abs? I'm not sure which one you mean. If you mean ads, Kick has no ads, so if you want to watch with an ad-free experience, make sure to watch her. If you mean abs, I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but as I said, I've lost like 7 or 8 pounds since the end of the American Cup, but that doesn't automatically mean you have abs. So I don't know. I don't know what the question is exactly, but hey, yeah, I don't know what the question is. Did I expect more or less viewers? I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I actually thought the viewership number would be lower, so big shout out to all you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. I would say, yeah, I mean, as we all know, there are certain things with like chess.com, their embeds and other things. I think my true number, the true number of viewership was close to about 10,000. So with us at about 3,300 ish right now, it's about like 60% drop off. When you look at the rates of drop off with people who've gone to news sites and starting things, normally it's like 75-80%. So I'm very pleasantly surprised, and I do appreciate it. I think more people who the more people who come over and see what it's actually like here instead of reading the one sentence headlines are going to realize that it's a great place to be. So all right, anyway, yeah, whoa, thank you so much to Just Be Kind for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much to Just Be Kind, appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for making this a cozy stream. Yeah, I mean, for now it's a cozy stream. If we start getting up near 10k, enough people from Twitch come over, you know, the trolls are going to be here, and it's going to turn into a little bit of a less pleasant experience perhaps, but you know, for now at least it's nice and calm, and it's all good. Kick needs to improve its app on mobile, but can't complain. Yeah, I mean, people forget also, I love how the people who are so negative about Kick, it's like they expect it to be a fully fledged, like everything built out kind of platform. It's 5 months old. It's in beta still technically. I mean, it's not, I mean, they're gonna keep building it out, but people act as though like Twitch wasn't terrible for years before they figured out so many things, and it's just bizarre. Only thing I wish there were channel points. Yeah, they probably will add something like that. Yeah. So okay, so Ding's got to do something here. I mean, this is pretty ugly. Losing a game with white in like 3 hours in the second game of the match after you were under a lot of pressure with the black piece. Ding is not going to be in a good mood here after this game. You can't cast TV. Yeah, they haven't had that. I think they're doing something with like Roku or some similar type device down the road. Again, yeah, forced ads on Twitch are a real problem. Yeah, I mean, you turn on a channel, it's like you get hit with the pre-roll no matter what. Okay, I mean, it's over. I wouldn't say it's over yet, but like, I mean, the problem with the position is like you can't resign here, but you also don't have a move. So Ding's like in this no man's land where like you can't even guard the pawn. If you go bishop e3 to guard, I go f4, and then I just eat the juicer. Actually, if I eat the juicer, I might lose. Sorry, maybe it doesn't lose, but this position is so bad that even bishop c5 is good. But if you play rook d4, there is bishop takes f4, takes, check, and then white's actually winning. So there is one little trick in the position, but even here, a move like f5 now with queen g7. I mean, knight d4. So and then how do you even guard the pawn? Like bishop, I mean, it's bishop e3 or bishop g5, but I don't even know what Ding intends to do here. Ding is going to lose this game. I'd say there's like 5% chance of Ding not losing here. I mean, resigning, he almost should resign, but on the other hand, it's the world championship. You can't resign here, I don't think. You know who could resign here? There is one player very specifically who could resign, which is Vishy Anand. Anand is the one player who, when he gets a losing position, he just resigns. He's like, okay, fudge this, enough is enough. I'm just gonna go home. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to waste my time trying to defend this position. He is the one guy here who I think would resign. Bishop g5 was played. Yeah, I saw that. So I mean, he's the one guy where I think if Anand had white here, he would just be like, okay, enough. I don't want to waste my time playing this miserable position. I'd rather just resign and get out of here. He is the one player who would do that. Magnus resigned losing positions sometimes, but I mean, this is losing, but not like, it's not lost in the same kind of way. You're not down material, you're not getting mated instantly. But yeah, This is just terrible though. You're gonna sack the rook and then take. Thank you Schmoodla for subscribing. Thank you so much to Schmoodla. Appreciate it. Thank you so much to Schmoodla. Frank would come back from suspicion. Frank, oh, is this the Frank versus I forget which match that was. That's what you're referring to, I think. I played it on a bunch. Why is music not copyrighted here? I play music on my streams on Twitch too. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Yeah, Frank versus Orbital had more viewership than the World Chess Championship. Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked to see what the numbers are on Twitch specifically. I mean, I can obviously check. Let me see. Let's see what's the actual. Let's see. I mean, they've got 31k, so it's good. 31k, so true number around 23 24k. It's good, obviously, since there's a decisive game. Again, nowhere near where the previous match was. Hikaru, did you know that Kick sponsors the Alfa Romeo F1 team? Yes, I was aware of that, you guys. I was aware of that they do sponsor Alfa Romeo. I did talk about that earlier, that because of Kick, it looks like I'm going to be going to the F1 in Miami. I'm just going to go on qualifying day because I want to like meet some of the drivers and other stuff. But I'll probably be going on Saturday May 6th, I think it is, or whatever it is, before the race on Sunday. So yeah, I am aware. Thank you so much to T for subscribing. Thank you so much T appreciate it. Thank you. Free Alfa Romeo 1. That would be nice, eh? Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what's happening. Kick was your big announcement. There may be more big announcements in the near future potentially. Yeah, so obviously Nepo's gonna sack the rook. If he doesn't sack here, I would be shocked. I would be shocked. I mean, it's such an obvious move. Also because frankly, even after knight takes d4 here, you've got a great bash and you have bishop c5, c3, b3, rooks on d8, queen f4. I mean, everything is great here. Everything is great. Every driver is going to want to play chess. I heard that a lot of them do. Like Lando Norris, for example, he uses Amazon Prime to sub to my Twitch channel once or twice. So I know he plays chess. I think Mick Schumacher has like a chess set with him everywhere. I think Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen, there was some article that they played chess before one of the Grand Prix. There was another, I think Carlos Sainz also plays chess too. George Russell plays chess. Okay. Leclerc, oh, it wasn't Max. Wait, what? I thought it was Verstappen and Leclerc. Wait, what? Charles Leclerc plays chess with Max Verstappen and company ahead of blurred F1 performance runs in Jeddah. Okay. No, I'm not crazy. It says it. Right? I'm looking to see where it says chess. Or maybe not. Maybe. Oh no, actually, sorry. It's an article saying he's playing chess, meaning he was playing with their minds. Sorry, so it's not actually chess. Oh, never mind. I got trolled. But whatever. Anyway, I got trolled. I mean, he was like playing mental tricks. He was playing chess, and he was playing chess with them. So I got trolled. Good one. But anyway, yeah. Could you or Maga say this? I mean, realistically, no. I think like if the time was reversed, maybe. I think, for example, if you could reverse the times where like you could give this position to Magnus for me with like 50 minutes and say Nepo has, or not, sorry, if you give this to us where we have 50 minutes in the white piece and Nepo has 19 minutes with the black pieces here, I think maybe we could save it. Maybe. But with the time situation here, I don't think there's any chance that anyone could save this with white. If the times were flipped, it's possible. Still pretty unlikely, but possible. So okay, waiting for a move. So there's rook takes g5. I think that's the only move that makes sense here. I think we'll just see what Nepo does. We'll see. But yeah, it's very, very scary here. Maybe court showing. No, I mean, I don't think anyone's saving it because of the time. 19 minutes is the problem. As I said, if you could flip the times where white has 50 minutes and black has 19 minutes, I think there's some chance. It's still probably pretty low, but I would say there's probably like a 25-30% chance that something could happen to save the game. But with the time situation with 48 for black and 19 for white, I don't think so. I don't think even Alpha Zero could save it here because there aren't really clean tactics. Ding is gone again. Yeah, he probably went to the restroom this time. Yeah. Losing with white shows that maybe Ding is not Nepo's level. I'm under this impression that for whatever reason Ding is not able to handle the pressure is what it feels like. I don't really know why, but it seems like Ding, for whatever reason, he's just not completely right in the mind. And I don't really understand why though, because Ding has had a long time to get ready for this match. It's not like this is something he's gotten ready for where he found out a month ago. I mean, he found out in July, not July, maybe more like August, but he found out in August that he'd be playing this match. He's had a lot of time to kind of like internally like get ready for the match, or mentally get ready. So I don't know, why don't you bring guests, because this is the first day we're covering it, and it starts at a very unfortunate hour for most guests. Yeah, so of course Nepo Sacks, not shocking. I don't think there's pressure from the government. I said before, if there was pressure from the government, Ding would have every GM from China would be helping him, and I'm under the impression that's not the case. So I don't know. I don't really see it somehow. So he takes, of course he takes instantly. August, they prepare for 8 months. I don't know if he prepared for 8 months, but he's known for 8 months he's gonna be playing a match against Jan Nepomniachtchi. Incoming Gotham video. Well, I mean, everyone's doing a recap of this game. He posted Fabian was taking a Discord clip react. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, so those of you guys who are wondering what the schedule for today is going to be, I know not all of you are going to hang around, but basically what I'm going to do is we're going to as soon as the game ends, I'm going to go do a recap off stream for YouTube. I'll record that, probably take about 25-30 minutes. I'll come right back, I'll boot right back up, and we'll get back to our regular scheduled content for the day. So just so you guys are aware of what the plan specifically is going to be today. Bring innings like Vidit, it's like 5 p.m. I could do that. Yeah, I definitely could. Yeah, I could. I mean, I'm not saying he had no help, but I'm saying you think about the number of Chinese GMs who are really good. Like there's so many. There's like Wei Yi, there's Bu Zhangji, there's Wang Hao, there's Wang Yui, there's Yu Yangyi. I mean, all these guys are really good chess players. And I mean, I haven't heard that any of them are helping him. I mean, maybe it's possible they are, but I feel like if they were all helping him, we would have seen like a post or some story of them like all studying together looking at a chessboard, and we haven't. So why not recording while streaming? Because on Kick it's a little bit different than Twitch. You can't, the functions are a little bit different. That's the bottom line. Yeah, Kick doesn't have the same functions with the highlighting for videos and other things the way that Twitch does. I'm sure they'll add it down the road, but they don't have it yet. So that's why you guys are wondering, I can't do it. That is one of those unfortunate things. Yeah, just use a second OBS instance to record it. I'm pretty sure you can't do that, or can you? Can you actually do that? Yeah. No, you can't. No, you can't. It just said I have to close this OBS if I want to open a second one. Yeah. Yeah. So it's what it is. Yeah, so I mean, at least for like this week, it's gonna be a little bit janky in that sense, because we'll stream, then we'll end, do the recap, and come back. But I know all you guys are the hardcore fans, so I do appreciate all the love and support. I just want to tell you guys what's happening. Open 2 instances of OBS with Task Manager. I mean, I can open a second one. Let me see. Yes. Let's see. Hopefully, I don't crash my OBS. If I crash it, I crash it. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't. No, I mean, actually, no. I have a second OBS open. Maybe I can do it that way, right? I could probably do that, actually. Maybe. I think I can do that. I'll try, you guys. I'll try, and if not, my stream will crash, and we'll do that. No, because the thing is, I'm already recording, so it's like I have to open a second OBS and do it that way. But I'll try. I'll try, you guys. I'll try. Why not? Yeah. And we'll see. Anyway, you guys. Anyway. I mean, I think it's possible, but let's see. Yeah. Maybe not, but who knows? I love seeing the behind the scenes. Yeah, yeah. Didn't they make it 50-50 for everyone? I don't know, you guys, but anyway, as I was saying, it's looking very, very bad here. I mean, knight takes h7 is maybe a move. A computer thinks it's the best move. I mean, after bishop c5 with D's bishops, D's ops, there's queen f4, there's rook g8. I mean, this looks horrible for white. I mean, just so many bad things happening here. I mean, I'm not feeling good about this. Let's be clear. Why is it playing again? What? So yeah, so it's either knight f3 or knight h7. That's pretty much all you have. Knight h7. Okay, it goes knight f3, but now it takes and b3. So thank you so much to WV223 for subscribing. Thanks so much to WV. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, this is really, really bad, you guys. Really, really bad. Really bad. I mean, he might fight on and survive for a little bit longer, but again, it's really, really unlikely at this point. Really, really unlikely. I mean, knight takes c2, rook takes c2, even bishop takes e4 looks very good. I think this is what we're gonna get. So he takes, of course he's gonna take, and we're gonna get bishop takes e4, obviously. Bishop takes e4 should be played in a second. Why are the black pieces so strong? I don't know, you guys. So bishop takes e4. I mean, apparently b3 wins on the spot. I mean, it wins because after rook moves you can take and the knight has no square. Like basically if you try to take with the pawn, there's knight d2 here, I think, and now the knight's okay, but b3 stops and then you can take and there's no jump because you cover both squares. But okay, Nepo takes on e4, which is completely fine. I mean, you go rook c1, bishop c5, and D's bishops are just so powerful on the diagonals. Basically h3, I mean h3 was fine, but what I don't know is, and I'm sure we'll find out in the press conference, if we go back to this position, this critical position, how much of this was prep? Like, was this prep up to this point and he forgot his prep after knight a5, or he hadn't looked at it, or was he already just kind of semi-winging it? Like maybe he was just sort of playing because he knows a different system that Nepo doesn't really play. I mean, that's really the question. And I don't know if we'll get an answer to that question at the press conference, but I think we will. I think we'll get an answer. Yeah. There were so many people in Chess.com YouTube stream chat shouting your name. I don't know, but no, I mean Nepo's playing great. He's playing great chess. I mean, I can't really critique anything he's done. Yesterday he got the winning position. Sure, could he have put more pressure on Ding? Absolutely. He didn't play the best move, probably some nerves there, but overall very good. And today he's playing great game as well. I mean, I felt nervous for Nepo very early on. Thank you so much to Renier for subscribing. Thank you so much to Renier. Thank you so much for the sub, my man. Thank you. I mean, like, I felt very nervous after h3. Nepo used a lot of time in the opening, got way down on clock. I mean, you feel very nervous about this. He also went into a system he's not used to. Ding is blitzing out moves. I mean, around here I thought everything was going Ding's way. The knight a5 was the move that changed. And again, I don't know if Ding will be asked this in the presser, but this is the big question mark. Was this something he forgot how to respond? Had he not looked at it? Or was he already kind of just bluffing and just playing this by feel at this point? That's what I don't know. That's the big question mark. Okay, we got rook d2 here now. Okay, rook takes d2 is probably not best because then you have queen e8 check, and after this you have knight c4 and rook c1, and suddenly white's winning. So you don't really want to trade here, so I assume either bishop d5 or bishop d6, one of those two moves will be great. Any news on seconds? I don't think there's any news. Yeah, I think bishop d6 looks good. Bishop d5 to create the classic wooden shield is also very powerful. Bishop d6 actually looks pretty clean though, because now if knight d4, there's probably some tactic here, although I don't see it instantly. I guess c3 wins, but we'll see. Let's just wait and see what Nepo does. Have I ever played Nepo? I've played Nepo a few too many times. I played Nepo probably, if you include Rapid and Blitz, I played Nepo something like 100+ games. I'm just guessing. Will I be watching a press conference? Probably not. We'll probably end. I'll go do my recap for YouTube, and then we'll reboot and keep rolling along with our daily content. We'll probably be doing that for most of this week, just because just because we need to get the YouTube videos out. And as I said before, I can't do it on stream because unfortunately Kick, there are a couple issues. They don't have a separate soundtrack for the VOD like Twitch does, and secondly you can't highlight portions of the stream the way that you can on Twitch. Those are two big issues that I'm sure they'll resolve down the road, but they can't right now. So it'll be a little bit janky this week having to end and do the recaps, but it is what it is. Do I plan on making a full YouTube video about your Switch Kick? No, I don't see a need to. Also, frankly, I'm still streaming one day a week on Twitch, so it's not like the end of the world. Most annoying player to face OTB because of his manners. I don't know if there's really anybody I'd say super annoying. I mean, Lev can be annoying. Levon or Roni can be annoying because he likes to do he does the arm shake. He does like he does like the arm thing, or like he tries to puff himself up, and I do find that quite annoying at times. But even that, like, I've gotten used to it, so it's not that big of a deal. That's the only thing. He likes to, he got something he goes like this or something. I can't do it, but he's just like he does something like that. Or like he puffs his chest. I mean, I don't even know how he does it exactly. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, never seen that. Yeah. But I'm just trying to think of someone who does something that like I'm used to seeing and I find it kind of annoying. But I can't think of anything else. Like Anish doesn't do anything, Fabian doesn't, Magnus doesn't really do anything. I can't think of anybody who does something that just feels like that. Yeah. Are you allowed to talk to your opponent? Not during the game, no. So Nepo using his time here, probably going to play Bishop D6 is my guess, but again, remains to be seen. Of course, it's funny now. Ding is sitting at the board when it's not his move. It's not his move, but he's sitting at the board now. But Nepo, it's his move, and he's been gone for like 5 minutes or something, which is pretty funny. It's funny how now it's completely the opposite. It's crazy that Bishop D6 is -7, by the way. Completely insane. Why doesn't Ding resign? Because Ding is still kind of in the game. If Nepo makes 1 or 2 bad moves, he has some chance to salvage it. That's why. They should remove the TVs from the break room so the players won't keep hiding in there. I kind of agree with that, actually. I think if you get rid of the TVs in the back room, that would be a better thing. Yeah. Would I play a world championship? Of course I would, obviously. How strong is Nepo compared to Magnus and you? I mean, he's just as good. I mean, he's probably just as good as me. Magnus's consistency is unrivaled. That's why he's probably the best player of all time. But yeah, Nepo's just as good as I am. I mean, classical chess, he's probably better right now, especially with all the preparation he's done. So yeah, I mean, like I would say that with the preparation Nepo's done for the last match and this match, he's a pretty dangerous player in classical, very dangerous player. Yeah. Why is it -7? I think it's just because black has D's ops, the 2 bishops. He can create a pass pawn. White's king is a little bit loose, and you have a great wooden shield in the middle of the board here that can't be removed either. So it's just, that's why. Yeah. If Hikaru wins the world championship title, you'd still say he's not a professional player. That's true. I would, because I'm not a professional chess player. I stream. I'm a content creator. That's what I am. I'm not a professional chess player anymore. So yeah. Well, what do you want me to say? Will Ding resign before move 30? What move number are they on? They're on move 25. I do not think so. I think we'll get past move 30. I don't think we'll get to move 40, but I think we'll get past move 30. Yeah. Yeah. You're the Fisher World Chess Champion. That's true, I guess. Something like that. Yeah. So anyway, all good. Okay, so let's see. So we have rook d2 here. So black can trade the rooks. Bishop d5, bishop d6. I mean, bishop d6, I think as soon as you realize that they're tricks, he'll play. And he does play bishop d6. Yep. So Ding getting low on time, 14 minutes and counting. He is probably going to lose this game, though. Probably going to lose. If rook d1 is the only move, I think rook d1 is pretty reasonable here. I don't think it's a hard move to play either. But let's see. Maybe the only move, actually. It's 9:07 p.m., but I'm going to bed soon. Oh yeah, it's 8:07 here, so you're probably somewhere in Asia. Do chess players talk to each other over the board? You're not supposed to. In modern times, it doesn't happen. In old days, It could. Is Gary Chess the worst sore loser? Gary has his moments. Yes, Gary has his moments when he loses games. That is for sure. Yeah, I mean, almost everybody nowadays, you can get like really angry over a game, but it's a little bit different. Everyone's a little bit more chilled out, I guess you could say. But to Gary, chess was life in a way that it really isn't to any of us. Like, I mean, like, if we lose a game, yeah, we get mad, we're angry about it, but it's not the same thing where it's like the world is ending. For Gary, anytime Gary loses a game, it's like it's literally the world is ending. Like, it's literally like somebody has died when he loses a game of chess. I mean, that's what it's like for Gary. It's literally like that. It's like just like the absolute end of the world. And obviously, like, all of us can get angry, but the thing is, it's not where it's like it's not the absolute like end of time for us in the same kind of way. We do get very angry. Don't I mean, like, I can get very angry over loss too, but it's just not quite the same. It's just not quite the same. Where are these dudes playing at? They're playing in Astana in Kazakhstan. That's where they're playing. Yeah. Okay, Ding down to 12.5 minutes. I don't think he's going to resign here. I think he's still going to play a few more moves. I think we're going to get like Rook D1, or we're going to get Knight D4, and then if Nepa plays like 2 or 3 good moves, he will win the game. Thank you so much to GMHikaru's son for the gifted sub. Thank you so much to GMHikaru's son. Appreciate it. Thank you. So, okay, I think we're still going to get a. I don't think Ding's going to resign here. He's going to play Rook D1 or Knight D4. You can resign before move 40. It's that you cannot offer a draw before move 40. That's all. So let's see. He clearly does have a son. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call his mother up and ask her why like he's on Kick watching my stream. Yeah. Anyway, all right. So, okay, what do we have here? Rook D1, Knight D4. Yeah. Rook D1 or Knight D4. Ding needs to work on that back posture. Ding is fine. I can't believe they took Ding off the stream, but they did. Anyway, all right, so waiting for a move from Ding here. Probably like Rook D1 though. Rook D1's the move that I expect. Rook D1 is definitely the move that I expect here. Rook D1. I mean, or Ding is going to pull the Vishy and it's going to be like, okay, this is so gross. I don't even want to look at this position anymore and just resign. But I think he'll play Rook D1. That's my guess. So, yeah, I think Rook D1 is going to be played here. Imagine Irina and Anand commentating. Yeah, it is funny that Vishy's commentating on this game, because Vishy is exactly the type of player here who, like, in the last like 6 or 7 moves, he'd be like, okay, this is so gross, I don't even want to play this position, I'm just gonna resign and get out of here. So it's kind of funny that Vishy's actually doing the commentary. Probably Rook D1, but why is he still thinking here? I mean, that's just you can't be thinking in this position. You got to move. 10 minutes for 15 moves. You got to make a move. When do you make a meet and greet with the fans like streamers do? Would love to have a picture with you. Maybe I could do that in Florida down the road. I don't know. I mean, actually, it's more likely that I will do that, honestly. And the reason it's more likely I'll do that is because now that I'm on Kick, it makes some sense. And also, the thing is with Twitch, even when I was streaming full time there, they always put Twitch cons during the during dates when I have tournaments. Also, it's also for everybody to take one little minor jab at Twitch. I find it hilarious that there's all this talk about kicking gambling when TwitchCon is being held in Las Vegas. If there is Las Vegas literally is the place that is more associated with gambling than any other place in the entire world, and TwitchCon is happening there. So it's kind of funny to see. So that's my one little daily take. Okay, here we go. They're back. I'm gonna go use the restroom quickly one last time, and we'll be back in 1 second. Wait, has Ding still not moved? I mean, he's down to 8 minutes. You just got to move. Yeah, you just got to go like Rook D1. Kick is where it's at, most enjoyable when there are 15,000 in chat. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. It is nice. I said before, like, the viewership is nice, and obviously big numbers are big numbers, but I really like the more like comfortable atmosphere that we have here on Kick. It's really nice. I assume Ding is going to resign now that I'm looking at Ding's visuals. I think he's going to resign because I mean there's I don't know why he didn't just play rook d1. Like you just go rook d1 and hope, or you probably resign here. I mean maybe knight d4 is a move, maybe, but yeah, he definitely looks sad though. He looks kind of sad here. He looks resigned. I mean, not to do the pun, but he looks resigned to his fate. Yeah, he looks pretty resigned to his fate. And he's also getting way too long time. Like he's got to make 15 moves in 7 minutes. There's just no way. There's just no way here. Do I feel like Ding is unprepared? I don't know if it's unprepared. Like again, I'm sure he'll be asked in the press conference about about his preparation for this game specifically, but I don't know. I don't really know. I would say that I feel like Ding, you never hear about a lot of seconds, you never hear much about his training style, and I do think there's some chance that he doesn't have the same level of support that that Nepo does. Thank you so much to Chess Dev for subscribing. Thank you so much to Chess Dev. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so come on, you gotta move. Let's go. Make a move. Let's go. Gotta make a move here. How do you resign when your opponent isn't there? You stop the clock, you sign the score sheet, and you get out of dodge. He still hasn't moved. I'm shocked that he hasn't played rook d1 here. Like I just don't get it. I assume he's just waiting for Nepo to come back and he's gonna resign at this point, because he's been thinking too long. There's no reason not to make a move. Just move. Just download the app. Not bad. Yeah, no, Kick keeps on improving. Maybe he'll just run out his clock. I doubt that. Highly doubt that. Yeah. Is he gonna move? Lots of bugs on Android though. Okay. Yeah. He's maximized his camera time for sponsors. Yeah. No, I think he might just be sitting there waiting for Nepo to come back so he can resign. But yeah, it definitely feels like with Ding, something mentally is just a little bit off. That's my read. I don't know what he's doing. Thanks so much to Madden for subscribing. Thanks so much to Madden, appreciate it. Kick is definitely improving quickly on Android though. Good to hear. Good to hear. Okay, we're waiting for a move. Come on. Come on. Yeah, just move. Just move. I know. Just move, dude. He could just stop the clock and resign. I mean, I don't know what's going on. It is mandatory, I believe. I do think you have to. Will you ever permanently switch over to Kick? You never know what the future holds. I don't have a crystal ball to know what the future holds. So let's leave it at that. How does Magnus not get intimidated by Nepo's speed? I mean, everyone kind of does get intimidated, but Magnus also just plays very good moves because he's the best player in the world. That's kind of a slight thing. When you're the best player in the world and you play the best moves no matter what, that kind of helps deal with any nerves or pressure. Okay, 4 minutes and ticking. I mean, I just don't know how he's not making a move. I mean, I would have played rook d1 right away, and then like in 1 or 2 I've been like, okay, that's life, I just resign. But I mean 340 and counting, come on. Yeah, I think there's a good chance he's literally waiting for Nepo to come back to the board, and then he's just going to instantly resign. I mean, 15 moves in 3 minutes is tough. No, what we're gonna do, Alakajin, is basically, I mean, Kick doesn't have the same system or infrastructure yet in terms of like vods and clipping and highlighting the way that Twitch does. So no, I'm basically gonna end the stream after the game ends, go do a recap on YouTube for like 20-25 minutes. I will then come back and then I'll reboot the stream and we'll go for like another 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. So yeah, we're in for a nice long day. I mean, yeah, it'll be like 30 minutes. You can go eat some potato chips, go use the restroom, do what you need to do, and then we'll come right back. Why is Ding still thinking just make a move and then resign after Nepo plays like 2 or 3 good moves? I mean, it's just insane. to do this. I think Ding wants to resign, but he's like, he doesn't know. He wants to, but he doesn't want to, and then he's just burning his whole clock instead. Yeah, it's I'm telling you, I know what it is. It's like he's frozen. He's stuck in between two minds. Like on one hand he wants to resign, but on the other hand he doesn't want to resign, and so he's just like he can't make a decision. I mean, maybe Nepo wants to force Ding to make a move. Actually, maybe Nepo is intentionally staying away to make Ding have to play a move. It's possible. Okay, he moved, right? He plays King H1. Okay, we got to move. Yeah, but now you just go C3, of course. No, I feel like Nepo might just like stay away for 5 minutes on purpose here. But yeah, I mean, there's no way he's making 14 moves in 2 minutes. Just no chance. Just zero chance of that. I mean, Nepo, of course, has a great wooden shield here in the middle of the board as well. So I think you just go C3. Just C3, C2, and bishop F4, and you just win with D's bishops. Very basic, very simple. Yeah. No, it's not about the time even, you guys. The thing is, like, here, it's just that there's no way to survive with 2 minutes. Just no way. Nepo will probably just go have some chips and just sit in his back room for 5 minutes. That's what he's probably going to do here. Yeah, Nepo's probably just going to like stretch out his legs, lean back in his comfy chair in the lounge for 5 minutes, and just bask in the moment, and then he'll come back. Nepo is in chat. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I think Nepo knows at this point. Nepo has to know that he's winning the game. There's no way Nepo does not know that he's winning. So plot twist, Nepo's phone is gonna ring. I don't see that happening, you guys, but that'd be pretty funny. He might nap for 10 minutes. Yeah, Nepo's watching the kick stream. Always possible. Yeah, Nepo could also be filming a recap in the back room. Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Ding, though. I do feel bad for him, but on the other hand, he played this H3 move trying to be creative, and I feel like if this was an old idea that he prepared months ago, he should have been better prepared in this. He really should have. Like, this knight A5 move is definitely surprising, but it doesn't seem all that unrealistic to me. Oh, did we get a move? Did Nepo come back? I guess Nepo did come back, but they're not showing him. Okay, we got C3 takes as expected. Do we have cams? Here we go. Rook D4 played. So now we're gonna get like C2 and then bishop A3 to cover the C1 square. Yeah, this will be over very soon, basically. Yeah, it's gonna be over. I mean, I think within the next like 5 minutes is my guess. Yeah, this will be over pretty soon. Yeah, C2 is not played yet, I guess. So let's just see. Will C2 get played? Yeah, eval bar is not looking so hot for Ding. There's no increment, so Ding will lose on time even if he doesn't lose on the position. I mean, every move wins here. Even a move like bishop c5 is probably good enough to win too, or maybe bishop c5 is one of the moves that's not good enough to win. But yeah, 12 moves in a $1.58, no chance. Yeah, just no chance here. Yeah, c2 played quickly. Probably queen h6 and like bishop a3 is what we're gonna get. We're probably gonna get queen h6, bishop a3, and then a resignation. Almost for sure. Nice. You would have thrown that advantage if you were Nepo. No, I mean, the other problem that Ding has had for a long time is that the position is too simple. The problem is the position is too simple. Nobody would mess this up. It's just too simple to play. That's the other big problem here. Ding is down to 113 and ticking. This will be over soon, very soon, I think. Yeah, queen h6, bishop a3, and game over. Also, I think with this loss, isn't Ding I'm almost on the brink of becoming the number 4 rated chess player in the world, right? Ding or no, Ding is 2788, so never mind. I thought he was lower, but yeah, Ding is no longer gonna be the number 3 ranked player in the world after this game. Yeah, now bishop a3 I assume will get played, and it should just be GG's. Oh wait, actually bishop a3, there might be some trick with queen e3 maybe to hit the bishop and queen b6 tricks. Maybe there's one last little trick. Maybe there's one last little trick here. Possibly. There might be one last little trick here. How can you not be a pro when you're number 4 in the world? Happens, you guys. I mean, you know, assuming that Ding Liren loses this game, the number 3 ranked chess player in the world is also not a professional chess player. That would be the fashion designer, Ali Reza Firouzja. So again, as you see in chess, it's just not that hard. Everybody's got like multiple jobs. I mean, chess doesn't pay well, so what can I say? That's just how it goes. Yeah, I mean you have the number 1 player in the world, of course, is a poker professional as well. So yeah, I mean, what can you say? Chess doesn't pay well, you guys, no matter how good you are at it. So like, number 1 player in the world is a poker player. The number 3 player in the world is going to be a fashion designer. The number 5 player in the world is a professional live streamer and content creator. Like, yeah, it's what can you say? Chess just doesn't pay well. Anyway, yeah. Highly disrespectful to not resign. There's no reason to resign, but you know what Nepo is going to do here? Nepo is going to like, he's going to let the pain sink in here. He's not going to move fast. This is the sort of situation where, speaking of Levon Aroni, another very strong top chess player, he would just sit here for like 10 minutes enjoying his position and not make a move before making a move, just so that his opponent would suffer here and just get more and more disgusted by everything. So yeah, this is every move wins here. Every move, not literally every move, but almost every move is just winning here for black. Aroni is cold-blooded. Yeah, Lev is pretty cold-blooded. I mean, I don't see any. I mean, e5 apparently is the cleanest way to win, because I guess after rook d2 you can just make a, oh, you can just make a queen. Actually, rook has no squares. Yeah, if you go here I make a queen and you're cut off by the diagonal, and if you play rook b4 I just take. So actually e5 just wins on the spot because d2 is the only square, but game over. And he plays e5, and that's going to be all she wrote. So you guys, on that note, we are going to basically stop the stream for right now. I'm going to go record a recap on YouTube. So I'm going to be doing that. We're going to come back in about like 30 minutes, and then we are going to we're going to keep streaming. So I'm going to take about 30 minutes. I will just start right away here on Kick, so you won't have to like see if I'm on Twitch or anything like that. But I'm going to go do a recap for the next 25-30 minutes, and we'll be back and we'll continue streaming throughout the day. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. I'm just going to end and go do my recap now. So have a good one, and see you in about 30 minutes again. See you guys. Bye.